Let's jam.
Hello, welcome back to another exciting adventure. The party in our most recent adventure was succeeded in their mission by the skin of their teeth, and now we're going to be doing some recoup. I've got some information to dump on you guys, maybe some new missions to give you. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Lunu says with his broken antlers arm. Cracked ribs.
So we will begin. I'm gonna say a day or two has actually passed. So what happens after the military shows up? They land the ship, they get you off of it. They arrest Tarosis. They You bring up the fact about the old lady to them, and they arrest the old lady for being an accomplice. They send troops in order to clear out the remaining undead aboard the ship, and so you have very obvious that this guy was doing terrible things, and you're gonna basically be debriefed by the military, and then they're also gonna tell you what they find with their investigation. The first thing though that happens is as you guys are leaving, to they're actually going to be bringing you down to a place so far only Cinna has been to. They're going to bring you down to the Big Conch. They're going to get you all healing, and they're going to keep you down there, wait for all the important stuff to kind of blow over before things get too crazy. And as you're going down there, they come up to you and they say, "Hey, we were interviewing the old woman, and this tried to like jumped out of her pocket and started to make a run for it. And they hold up a small little cage, and inside the small little cage is a frog.
A frog?
A frog.
And then the frog looks at all of you and says, "Help me! That witch turned me into a frog."
Can I roll?
The person, the guard who's there says, "Yeah, he said that he was a prisoner. He saw an opportunity to escape, but he wasn't necessarily trying to escape from us." The frog says, "Yeah, I'm a victim."
I'm gonna roll insight here. Do I believe amphibians? Most of the time I do, but this might.
You know what they say about amphibians, though.
Also, oh, never mind.
Yeah, no. 24. Using my good rolls now, I guess. Also, I'm gonna let you know I have very jaunty Caribbean music in the background because I'm like, oh, we're going back to our beachfront property, basically. I thought this would be fine.
Yeah, this frog is definitely not giving you the full truth.
He's like, I do not believe this amphibian.
Can I attempt to discern this frog's true identity?
In what way are you going to attempt to do this?
I'm going to kiss the frog to cure their curse.
Okay.
What do I roll for this?
Well, so the good news is that kissing the frog, you could just do that.
Okay, but can I do it in a way that could spectacularly backfire?
Oh yeah, no, you're rolling a fortitude save.
Oh, okay, perfect. Wait, fortitude? You mean constitution?
Yeah, constitution, sorry.
We were just looking at Atu and the star turtle, and it poisoned.
Yeah. Look, at this point, I play so many different systems. It's all the same. They changed the names, but everybody knows what they are.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't even feel any upset, but he doesn't transform.
I'm
he says thank you for trying. I do appreciate it.
Where
But
did you hear that
I
would
think he's going to
work?
need something stronger magic-wise to release me from this curse.
If you allowed me, I can use the identify spell on him, and figure out his true nature, and the.
You know, they basically say we were thinking about like putting him under your custody, until we figure out what to do.
Perfect.
Oh.
I'm going to study you. I put the cage up to my face.
He starts sweating.
I will learn your secrets.
So you guys get into a submarine. As the submarine is taking you down to the pond, you can do your identify.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to have you do, since he's not technically like a magic weapon, roll me an Arcana check to see.
This was more of to discern what spell was used on him, or would detect magic be better for that?
Yeah, that would be more of a detect magic. Yeah.
Okay, then I detect magic on him, which is the same spell but different.
Yes. So
The fact that
detect
they are
magic, I
different
think,
spells
lets
is
you
dumb as
see
fuck.
like the auras and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, I was gonna use identify to try to just name the spell.
Yeah, I thought identify lets you look at curses. No.
What? Link it in chat.
Put the identify spell in the chat. Let's see.
All right, of course.
Because I thought it was just for magic items, and it would let you know like if a magic item was cursed.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Did I recurse the frog with my kiss?
No. You were trying to break the curse. It didn't do anything.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, like, imagine
Yeah.
if I just cursed him with my patron's curse instead.
Oh, you want to try and overwrite the curse with a new curse?
If you
Could I
instead touch a creature throughout
That's
the
kind of
casting,
hilarious.
you learn what spells are currently affecting it.
I mean, Blair would call it a blessing and not really a curse. But
Yeah.
Where the fuck?
Sorry, Cinna, what was that?
If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah. So in that case, Connor, with your cast of identify, I didn't even realize it did that.
Yep, identify is arguably more useful than detect magic. I
Yeah.
just wish they weren't different spells.
Yeah.
This is like a suggestion over a charmed person kind of dealio.
Yeah.
Or it's just probably completely better.
Identify is good at very specific things. Detect magic is like
round.
Yeah, the area around and more vague.
So he doesn't have any current active spells on him. So either there's a couple of options. You would know this: either he's lying, or it would have been something like a polymorph spell that is no longer like you can that would allow you, like, the spell would end, and he would be stuck as a frog. So it's either that it's you would know either it's actually really high level magic, or he's lying.
He's just a frog.
So, I have a question for you, you little bastard.
He says, of course, anything that can help, mate. I'm willing to cooperate.
So, polymorph doesn't usually last this long. Are you sure you're not awakened? An awakened animal of some sort? A familiar, perhaps?
He says, no, that would mean I was working with her, and I would never work with her.
Sense motive.
Yeah, you can roll again.
Ooh.
20, dirty 20. If only I was using guidance.
So
unless someone was helping me.
Mm-hmm. So you do get the feeling that he's still holding back information, but you don't necessarily think that he was lying about the not working with her. But there's still definitely something not right sitting with you.
Yes.
Also, just like watching this happen as we're in the submersible.
If you guys like look out the window, like there's fish. You're going
No.
down.
I mean, like, are we watching this scene with Lunu and this frog?
Yeah. You're all kind of like in like a military vessel.
Okay,
Like,
so Blair. No, yeah, I'm just saying we're all listening to this. Okay. Yeah. So Blair said, okay, well, Mr. Frog, if you're not going to tell us what's actually going on with you, we could, you might just be outliving your usefulness. I could just feed you to our pet dragon over here.
He kind of looks over and he's like, no. You wouldn't just kill me. I'm a victim.
He is in the form of a child right now, meaning his teeth are blunt and won't give you the short death that you require.
All right, I think I got something.
This is the dark Lunu.
He turns over and is like, please save me from these maniacs.
Oh no, I got something for you. And I realized because I switched out I switched out one of my spells. Oh, well, I switched from being a level 2 rogue to a level 5 paladin. I now have access to level 2 spells. Therefore, Zone of Truth.
Oh shit!
Well, he still has to make it.
Touch the frog.
Oh, so even oh yeah, that's right. If he fails, we know he if he succeeds, we know he succeeds. So however, I think we all have to roll it because we're in his zone.
Yeah, no, everybody roll a charisma save.
I have to be like brutally honest with Phil.
Oh no, I have to touch. Or
you should just touch all.
It's a 15 foot radius. That's everybody inside.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, an area.
Oh, I was looking at it.
All right. Okay, this is hilarious because then we just have to. Okay, wait. Is this a charisma?
Yeah, it's charisma saving throw.
All right, time to fail it, crit fail, and just cause horrible problems. Oh no!
You didn't crit fail it, but
I'm the point of center, so
you're definitely going to be the most disliked person.
Quick, no one asked me any questions.
He succeeds.
No. This is actually not a terrible thing, because the caster knows if he succeeds or not.
Yeah. You guys know that he or Austin, you know that it didn't work on him.
I can avoid answering questions to which I would normally respond with a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as nobody asks me a question, I'm okay. Because Blair would probably blur it out anyways.
Do you regret your life decisions, Blair?
Alright, even though I know that you failed Buckaroo, therefore you better be honest with us.
No, you succeeded resisting. He succeeded also.
I know. I'm just making Fred.
Oh, so you would know if you were under the spell as well. So he would know that he's not.
Yeah. And the caster would know if he's avoiding questions. I mean, truth.
Well, he succeeded the throw, which if he succeeds, we know he succeeded.
Yeah, it's as if for him the spell wasn't cast. You just know it didn't work.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be able to say something, and you now think that he was telling the truth.
Okay.
You know that nothing's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you could theoretically try and cast it again. I don't know how many spell slots you have. If you did, everybody would have to make a new save.
I mean, it's pretty much downtime.
The game's not like I fail as many times.
Yeah, I mean, you could also try again, after you take a long rest, if you want. If you didn't have any spells, yeah, you don't have to do this now. He's in a cage.
We're not going to be in combat, so you might as well. Also, there's no way he'll fail as many times as his guiding bolt has. I mean, what?
All right, make another.
All right, everybody, roll your save again.
Oh boy.
All right.
I can't.
Don't make me be honest. Come
Aren't they
on.
still under the effects anyways?
Lunu.
Come on.
Wait, do I escape this now, or am I still on the first one?
Yeah, because it's is it concentration?
No, it's not.
I'm still. We all are affected by it now.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Why isn't this concentration?
The charisma zoo. Okay, what about the frog? Did he succeed again?
Yeah, he did.
Hold up.
Or did he?
Oh, hold up a second. Let me see if I understand this correct. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere, centered on a point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. What I think that means is that you cast it, and for 10 minutes, everybody's gotta you would have to roll. So basically, you don't have to cast it again. You can just wait 6 seconds, and he needs to make another save.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm retaking my savings throw.
Yeah. So retcon.
Yeah. So after so funny enough, he actually rolled the same on the second one. On the third one, he does fail. So everybody now has failed. The only one that can tell a lie is Austin.
All right.
Blair.
No one asks me questions at all right now. Please, no one.
Yeah.
Don't do
I'm
it.
not gonna ask you. I'm asking the frog. All right.
Definitely, no one asked me a question. Somebody asked me a question for comedy. Do it.
Do you regret your life decisions?
Already asked me that one. I said some of them.
Do you regret being a mother?
Never.
Don't say that in front of the kid.
It's like, why would you say that? I love him.
I just wanted to see how much you loved your child. It is a test. You have passed. You are a good mother.
We're interrogating a frog, not the fucking bitch.
I would make sure that Nimbisius drowned the entire nation of any horrible monster who would destroy my child.
Her heart's in the right place, but I don't know if she's a good mother in the sense of putting your kid in danger all the damn time.
More of a helicopter mom.
Connor, Basil asks you why you hate him.
It's because you almost killed me several times.
He says you almost killed me.
We're asking the frog question. Shut the fuck up.
It is also that you're ultimately can be very dangerous to.
We can have party drama later.
The frog like puts his hand over his heart and he says, "I hope the answers to all of my questions will make you realize that I'm not a threat to you."
Are you a threat to us?
Frog man. He says, "You guys have done nothing but threaten to torture me. No, I don't consider you a friend, but I don't want you to take that personally."
Mr. Frogman.
No, I said a threat. Are you a threat to us?
He says, "A threat? I am a frog."
Were you always a frog?
He looks over and he says, "No."
When were you
I was not always a frog.
When were you turned into a frog?
He says, right before I reached adulthood.
How long have you been a frog?
Were you a tadpole before?
He says, "I've been a frog now for 2 years."
Who turned you into a frog?
Oh, sorry, what was your question?
Who turned you into a frog?
He looks over to you, and he says, "The only one that would have that power is the witch."
Terry to Miles to Rosus.
No, he's just a necromancer pirate.
Terry of Miles to Rosus. That witch specifically?
No. He's just a necromancer pirate.
No. I said the secretary of Miles Terosis. Miles Terosis is the necromancer.
Yes, her. She would have the ability to turn somebody into a frog.
Sarah with an 8.
So is she a hag? Or do you not know what that is?
He turns to you and he says, I don't know what the name is for her, but I think that's what people call her, yes.
Okay. Do you...
Well, are you working with her? Are you working with Sarah with an H? The hag. Crone, whatever.
He says, I'm currently in a cage. There's no way.
Before you're in the cage, were you working with Sarah with an H, the hag?
She did make me do things for her, yes.
What kind of things did you do for her?
He says, in a lot of ways, I was a glorified secretary to a secretary.
So you did her paperwork?
Yes.
Were you planning on betraying us before we started threatening you?
He says, honestly, I've just been looking for a way to get out. If that meant, like, lying to you in order to get away, I would have done it.
Fair enough.
Loyal to her at all?
Sorry, what was your question?
Are you loyal to her at all?
He says, he says,
okay.
I'm trying to think of the right word for it.
Are you bound to her service, rather?
Well, yeah. So, so he says, in some ways, I've been magically compelled to listen to her in the past.
Do you feel that that compulsion now?
He says she's not given me an order, so no.
Is she able to give you orders over long distances?
He says if she does have that ability, she's never used it before.
I apologize that we got very testy and almost violent. It was not fair to you. I had a rough day. But
yeah, the last couple hours have been rough.
You know.
Well, I wasn't actually intending on feeding you to Basil. I have far better things to give him after all of the amazing work he's done. He did so great on that mission. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, he really did a good job.
He's gonna get so many cookies when we get home.
You did a good job, kid.
He coughs up a little bit of blood. Yeah.
Do you like your mom, Basil?
Did he fail?
Yeah.
Hazing.
Yeah. He says, of course, I love her very much, and then kind of blushes because he answered without realizing that the spell was still up.
Blair's face just lights up. She's so happy. She rushes in and hugs him.
All right, back to business. All right. Were you given any orders before she ran away?
Well, she was captured, but
yeah, she was captured.
Okay. Were you given any orders before she was captured?
Can you guys hear the background noise?
A little bit.
Give me a second. Hold up a second.
Only very slightly.
What noise are we trying to hear?
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't able to be picked up as much as I was worried it was, because a very loud car alarm started going off.
Oh no, we didn't hear that.
Huh?
We didn't hear that. You're good.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. It was more of an echo.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that the settings did not pick it up. So yeah, do you remove the zone of truth, Austin, or do you have any other questions for the frog?
Party.
Do we have anything? Any more interrogation questions?
Maybe. Frog.
So,
Oh wait, what is your actual name, Mr. Frogman?
Let's see here.
Michigan J.
And this is when you say like Jefferson with an H.
Michigan Jefferson Frog.
Ooh, that's a really good name. He
Michigan
says
Jefferson.
no. He says his name is Aristotle.
that is quite the fancy
Were you
name.
by chance a philosopher before you became a frog?
He says no.
Why?
I've never been a philosopher.
Why were you turned into a frog?
He says I don't know.
What was your life like before you became a frog?
He says it's been so long I don't remember any time before being a frog.
Bruh, it's been 2 years.
Frog years, he says.
2 frog years? It's even less than 2 regular years.
So he is just talking
like his life. He's saying that he's like aged as a frog. His memory's not good, is what he says.
Oh, because they live for shorter.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you know why you were So, I'm sorry, we already asked that. Yes. He doesn't know why he got turned into a frog?
That's what he said.
Yeah, okay.
Would you be testify against the hag and the necromancer pirate in a court of law?
He says if it means that you'll let me out of this cage, I'll do anything.
Do you have magic powers, Mr. Frog?
Yeah, like, are you gonna, like, fireball on yourself and kill us all?
He says, I don't have the ability to use fireball.
Do you have any other magical abilities at all?
He says, I'm pretty sure I'm poisonous. I don't know if that counts as magic.
Well, good news is half our party's immune to poison.
No, we're not.
Half our party.
I'm immune to the poison condition and resist poison.
2/5 of our party is resistant / immune / whatever it is to poison.
Mm.
Woo!
I mean, you just kissed him and you were fine, so I would say like 3 out of 5.
3 to 5! I'm now poison immune! Amazing!
Why don't you try it again, Stephen?
Oh, I'll do it.
Player then gets food
I heard the floor tasted pretty good.
I kissed the frog again to prove my newfound poison resistance is real.
All right. So.
Yeah.
This is fucking hysterical.
Yeah. Well, it's because how much health did you have at the end of the fight?
Wait.
You guys literally just left. You haven't rested yet.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
There's no way! How much does this do?
Does 27 poison damage knock you out?
What?
Jesus.
Wrong with me! I have 5 HP, so I am dead!
No, you're not dead. You're down.
Connor, can you cast a healing spell on him? Bring him back up.
You have healing spells.
No, I have one. I have good berry.
But will you actually use it on?
I mean, we can like stabilize him and then...
Oh wait,
Yeah, I have spare the dying,
something
I
else is
believe.
here that I completely forgot about.
What's
Fern walks over and
What's
drops a good berry into your mouth.
Oh yeah, I did give good berry. Wait, does Fern
Fern
create
just like gives
good
you his
berries?
children.
Yeah, Fern has the ability to make good berries.
Oh wow, that would have been real nice during the final fight, huh?
Yeah.
Real nice, Fern. Real nice. Oh, you want to
He's
give Blair a
the
good
other
berry?
Making sure no one came in. I was blocking the rear.
With your 999 hit points.
Seems like Fern's a better tank than I am, yeah.
He's a better tank than all of us combined.
So yeah, do you guys have any other questions for the frog?
What do I regain after being revived by this berry?
1.
I got it out. All right, guys. Blair awakens from her unconsciousness.
Yeah,
that must have
no, he was so quiet.
Transferred into my body, right? I'm still alive.
Don't tell her.
The frog
It's
says
funnier.
if you keep licking me, you're gonna die.
I'm assuming you're extremely poisonous.
He says, well, I mean, this is the first thing that didn't just immediately die when they did it. I actually thought they were actually immune because the first time it didn't do anything to them.
I have a question.
So
have you been tasked with anything?
He says, no, I haven't been given any orders.
So when I kissed you, I saw Nimbisius again, and he was very confused. He was like, "Why are you here already?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was back here. It was really weird.
The Fern comes over to you and says, yes, I sacrificed one of my children so that way you may live.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Was it a mistake?
He says, would you do the same?
Oh. Still very much under the effects.
Well, the double standards are real.
You like literally this morning.
The double standards. The double standards are real.
Any other questions?
I thought I had one. What was are you aware of any plans of Sarah with an H, or I'm forgetting his name, Trunks?
Trungus.
My favorite Super Saiyan, Trunks.
He says, yeah, I mean, you pretty much have stopped all of them that I'm aware of, at least. It definitely wasn't their intention to be captured. There's not like a secret long game here.
The thing about, if I'm going to be honest here, is that she.
You have to be.
Oh wait, did she release you from her pocket when she was captured, or did you jump out yourself?
I jumped out myself.
Okay, that's a very good sign then. I would say the thing that worries me is that she may, if she has the ability to control you from long distances, or if she comes in contact or close to you again, if she would cause you to help her escape, or worse, help Miles escape, which would be a far bigger problem.
Got him when we had the chance.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a big problem for you guys.
Is there a way for us to cure your curse that you know of?
He says, no, as far as I know, I'm going to be stuck as a frog forever, but I hope you guys can figure something out.
Do we know any people who know things about curses? Does Bubbles know anything about curses?
Bubbles doesn't know, but she does have a wizard child that lives with them. The wizard.
Then we need a lead. Or Bubbles can punch you really hard to remove the curse. That's probably something that will work. Right?
Eh. They
Worth a
shrug.
try.
She was like a god, so she can probably do something like that.
It's either you punch him or you punch the caster. I don't know.
That too. And if you decked her in the schnoz so hard that it released the frog curse. I don't know. Anyways, is there anything to ask this?
If I could get somebody to roll me an Arcana check.
Yep. Alright.
What is your int?
Despite all this fog, I was.
Oh, do you think she
still
can hear
involved
through
in the
you?
fog.
Alright, -1, baby. Let's go. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I have a +2 to Arcana. Oopsie.
Yeah, roll again.
21.
So a very easy way to do it is if there was like a ridiculously high level wizard, something like True Polymorph or Wish would definitely do it. But there is also a lower level remove curse that if this is kind of a curse that could remove, but if he was already casted like a True Polymorph spell into it, then you would need another True Polymorph to get rid of it. But that would be a pretty big deal if that's what was on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn remove curse later on, boys.
I think I know that spell, but I've wasted all my really powerful ones today, and I need a nap.
I'm guessing we probably need to get some rest.
Let's sleep on the way there. Woo!
All right. So the spell ends. You guys go in. They give you all medical treatment. They put you up in some barracks. They're actually pretty decent. You get the feeling like these are like not like the normal barracks. These are like for visiting people barracks. So still very simple, but a little bit nicer. And you're basically there for a day or two. They're keeping you under observation while they look over everything. You know, make sure you're healthy. You're obviously allowed to leave, but they ask you to stay until they can clear everything, and that once their investigation is done, they bring you each in for an interview, and where they ask you questions about what happened. You can like lie and add things or remove things from the story if you want. That's up to you guys. Is that something that you would be wanting to do, or are you just going to say everything happens the way it did?
I mean, what is there to lie about, really? Like, all we have to do is...
I just want to say that he kicks puppies, you know? I don't know.
Can I say something right now? The important thing to say, which avoids us having to actually lie, is to say, as a result of our fight, he lost his crab arm, okay?
Yeah.
Nah,
Say specifically that. That is not a lie.
it was just like that. Don't worry. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Yeah, okay. So you guys just...
We'll just say, our fight, he lost his
They
arm.
don't actually ask a specific question about it.
Okay.
So if you don't, you don't have to worry about bringing like.
Yeah, we should not bring it up if they do not.
And the Fern didn't see it, so.
Fern didn't see it.
So yeah, so you guys after a couple of days there, they bring you in to a meeting room. The general is there. Let's see. Barbados is there. Adonis is there. And do you guys like keep the frog in the cage while
The best for now until we can.
like he asks to be let out like occasionally? Do you like let him out
like-
for like a little bit to walk around and then let him back in?
Yes, the doors are closed.
Supervision.
Yeah,
Okay.
with heavy supervision.
Oh, so another thing about all of these, the con, because I didn't describe it. So you go down to the military base, and it is a giant conch shell, also known as a conch shell, depending on what part of the country you're from. I'm pro conch, but I say conch.
Conch as well.
Yeah.
Kunchi.
So the name of the company is actually Kokokino. You guys show up, and the entrance is at the bottom, where you would go up into like where it's hollow. You go up in there. There's a big open, like basically loading zone that you're taken off of, and it actually kind of reminds you a lot of ways of the airship, and where it has these like winding pathways, and then the doors all seal shut. So if you guys are in your room and you seal it, it's actually watertight. As if it seems like they could flood the whole place, and if they wanted to, and then they could control the amount of water going through in certain areas, depending on what doors are sealed and what aren't. Which in the real world would be very dangerous, but in this world where most of the people there can all breathe underwater, it's not so much a danger. It's in some ways a benefit. So it's kind of like you're in like you would the most real world example is think of like a submarine, and where you go through from one area to the other. It's very tight with doors that will seal watertight. So you basically a frog would not be able to escape because water wouldn't be able to escape.
Okay, good to know.
So you guys go
Can
into
I
the
knit him
meeting.
like a little cushion for his little cage?
Yeah, you make it like a little bit nicer for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asks for like he's like, well, I mean, I'm a frog now, so if I can get like a little pool of water.
Okay, if we can do that, if we can like make like a
Yeah,
get him a better cage.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
like, a base.
You
I got
ask
the
somebody
water.
and they bring it for you. He sits in it. He looks content.
Like a little bowl of water.
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys go into the meeting. General's there. Adonis is there. Barbados is there.
Real quick
Mhm.
before the meeting. Wait, and I apologize. Is this before a long rest or no?
No, this is like a couple days later. You guys are fully healed.
Oh,
Okay.
if I may insert it because I believe I do have access to the spell Remove Curse. I just want to try it.
Okay, yeah, and you'd be able to try that after the first rest, so you would get another rest, so you'd get it back
Yeah.
basically. So could you put in the remove curse spell, and the thing I want to see if it.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to check real quick if I do get it because with my spells, I'm like, I only put the ones on my list because as a druid, I know all my spells. It's the ones I prepare is the.
Yeah.
And I wanted to.
Always tell if one of your spells is your spells because they missed.
Yeah, remove curse. Huh.
It doesn't look like it's listed as a druid spell.
Yeah, which is strange, but I do have dispel
Is that specifically
magic.
for your subclass, or because I know one subclass gets remove curse. I thought.
Yeah,
you
I only get it.
everyone's class.
I have to be a higher level paladin in order to get that shit.
Do I ever
So our frog friend's gonna be
Wait,
frog for a while.
Well, you'll know from your identify spell that like a dispel magic wouldn't work because it's not like an active magic thing on him.
Like, unless we get like a fucking scroll of remove curse and I try casting it since it's on my spell list.
well, could I potentially ask my patron Nibisius to see if he could remove the curse?
What level are you?
I am level 6 now, aren't we?
Yeah. Do you have access to level 3 spells?
I think so. Right?
At 5th level, yes, you would.
So you would have to take the remove curse spell. It's on the warlock list. So if that's something that you wanted to invest in, you'd have to do that.
Oh, I already took my level 3 spells. It looks like an extra one, but at level 6. But I only do. I only get you.
Yeah, like you could theoretically you can swap. I'd let you swap that level out since you haven't used any of the new spells if you wanted to. But if you really wanted that other spell, you could leave that one and then get it the next level up. You know,
I mean, I've used fly, I've used fly. I used it in the last fight, but.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you didn't get a new spell when you leveled up this time?
Do I get new spells at all? I don't know how it works with this. I don't know how often I get spells.
You get spells when I say you get spell. No, no.
You leveled up in a different class, right?
Yeah.
I also leveled up in a different class. That is the other thing.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Never mind. The next time you take a warlock spell, you could theoretically pick up the remove curse if you wanted to. And I believe, doesn't the warlock have a thing about swapping spells out? I think they do. Like, it wouldn't necessarily need to be a permanent thing. I don't remember.
Oh, I would just I can just swap out elemental. I haven't used elemental weapon yet.
Well, I was letting you do it because you would have just gained a new level. But since you didn't take a level in warlock, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
But the next time you take a level in warlock, you would, because I think there's a thing for swapping out spells. Yeah, so every time you level up, you would definitely gain at least one spell. I think it's it looks like it's actually well, I guess at some of the higher levels when you start getting that other magic stuff, it's less, but you do start to get spells pretty much at every single level for warlock up till level 9. And every time you can actually swap out a different spell. This is useful to know because like when you reach like getting a third level spells or fourth level spells, you only learn one new fourth level spell, but you can actually swap out one of your lower level spells for a new fourth level spell. A lot of people don't realize that about the warlock.
I see.
So next time you level up, you can grab it, assuming that you guys just don't buy the scroll for it, or take him to some place that might be able to assist him.
Because we do know Bubbles is living with a wizard, so maybe they could remove it. So
yeah, I kind of wanted to try to see if the wizard could
assist us.
Yeah.
So you guys walk into the meeting. They basically at first they congratulate you. They say, "Good work. You brought him in alive. We really do appreciate the risk that you took. We weren't expecting him to be a necromancer, and so we're sorry that we didn't have all of the details for you." And the general actually briefly bows to you in his apology, saying that we sent you in a situation that was far more dangerous than we thought.
Nobody expects the Necronic Inquisition.
He says, thanks to your efforts and your investigation, we've put together a lot of the mysterious Tyrosus, where he's been, and we found out some extremely troubling things. So he beckons for you all to sit down at the table, and they have a seat for centaurs. They knew you were going to be here.
It's nice to feel accounted for.
Yeah. It looks like they also have had like a seat kind of like pushed in the back that looks like it might have been for a dragon. But they don't need it because he's in human form.
Yeah.
It looks like they were just being prepared.
So shouldn't he
in the
be
back
at
because they were like,
school?
huh?
Shouldn't he be at school?
He that was actually thought they were like, okay, you're gonna just miss a couple of days and then you'll go back. He was injured just as much as you guys. The rest.
He
I
was all
know.
dead.
That's the point. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Are there perhaps snacks at this meeting, by the way?
No, it doesn't look like there's any like snacks put out on the table.
Damn, I hand Basil some sugar cookies. I gave him 3 cookies.
Okay. You all sit down, and he says, "So from our investigation, we believe Tarosa Smiles is actually far older than he looks, and that during the time of the Mad King, when we were fighting against him, he was actually a loyal supporter, and one of the upper echelon that disappeared after the Mad King was killed. When this happened, it appears as if he continued the research that the Mad King was doing and was trying to find a way to gain immortal life. And our understanding is that he may have been trying to use necromancy to achieve that goal.
And that's no.
As you know, once you go through the procedure to become a Simic hybrid, in many cases your life is shortened.
Know this?
I mean, you might not have, but it's common knowledge in Aethervathy.
Oh, Blair doesn't know
He
this at
said
all.
it as if it was like, this is general information. Whether or not your character actually knows it, is a thing.
Yeah, wait, what? Well, I'm not from Aethervathy, so
Yeah,
I
No,
honestly don't know if I would have.
it's listed in the character class, like in the character thing for like the build. They live slightly shorter lives. And so he says that the Mad King, what drove him crazy was his constant quest to extend his life, and that it started off as a good thing, making people be able to live longer, happier lives, healthier. And then the side effects of what he was doing in order to extend his own life drove him mad to the point that we had to overthrow him.
That's what drinking mercury will do to a person. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it seems like this guy, once he was kicked out, we put it together. He became a pirate. He was terrorizing the seas, using his undead to attack ships from below. And because of how he was doing it, he probably was taking a lot more ships than people were realizing. People probably thought they just sunk, and then he would send his undead down to them. Like if he just punctured a hole in the bottom of the ship and the ship sunk, his troops could then just march up on the bottom of the sea and take everything in the ship. So because of this, there were sightings of a pirate that we now associate as being him, based off of his notes and many of the artifacts that you and the rest of our troops recovered. So he says, "Thank you for your hard work." This guy, if he was allowed to gain the throne, we would have been right back where we were, and we would have had another Mad King. And so your work will not go unnoticed. He says it's a small amount, but I do have some an additional bonus for you all. And he hands each of you an additional 200 gold each.
Okay.
Red.
Right.
Wait, what's the V coin price for today?
The V coin price for today is 1.9.
What?
Ooh.
So it's very high.
God damn it!
You would have probably been able to grab a hold of a newspaper. The reason why it's spiking is because one of the candidates has now needed to drop out. most notably Tarosa Smiles. So it's spiked because people are like, oh, he's got a higher chance of being king.
Far higher chance.
There is also another thing. I was going to do this next part afterwards, but since we're on it, in that article, you would have also seen that he's made several trips to what's it called? Nevermire, and has seemingly stopped going. And many people think that he's come to a deal with the leader of Nevermire about maybe nominating him as well.
So that he'd have 2 nominations.
Yes, with a third one now no longer being a thing. Although technically, and the general actually will bring this up. Technically, they could nominate a new person to fill Tarosis's spot, but the current count is very unlikely to do so because half of the people blame him for choosing Tarosis in the first place, which wasn't really fair because he was kind of forced to do it. Whereas the other half that still support him and think everything that we're saying is a lie would hate him for doing this. Basically, he's in such a bad position, his only option is to be like, pretend I'm not here. So he's not, more than likely they're not going to announce a new person. And because Tarosis has a lot of supporters, many of them are coming to the realization, but not all of them. And so we do need to be careful, especially with you guys, to make sure that that those people don't bother you. They won't do it openly, but this job is dangerous, the one that you've taken on, he says, and that you'll need to be aware that if you go into certain parts of the county Tarosis was from, Suster Depths, you may not be liked there.
Hey, this was publicly reported on that we're the ones who did this?
Yes.
I thought this was a secret military operation.
Oh, well, it was secret up until we got him. Like, it was a huge airship with the military who brought it down. The guys disappeared.
We
Why were we mentioned?
We Chris Kyled him.
He says, I mean, like, it seemed like that's what you guys wanted to know that you guys are doing this.
We are popular now.
Generally, overall, most people are extremely happy with you. People in the core are extremely happy. Ormos, especially, the place that you guys are from, they hated Tarosis. He was very anti-immigration, and Ormos has a huge immigration population. A lot of them go there because that's where there's like growth and jobs and places you could actually get land.
Wait, we can get land? Anyway,
yeah,
continue.
I mean, yes. He says, I mean, you're working directly for the Count. I'm sure as a reward you could ask for land. I don't know if that's what you'd want.
No. This is what we deserve.
Can we have undersea land?
Let us continue.
So that out of character, the answer to that is yes. The place that it's most available is Suster Depths.
No.
The other place that has like land that's like very profitable is Zestro Narrow, and that though is like very like old money owned. Like it's very aristocratic there. So it'd be very hard to buy land there.
No.
because you kind of have to like marry into the land.
All right, guys. I need to either find a sugar daddy, or we're gonna go the RV route and eventually find some sort of mobile base of operations. God.
Um,
I mean, we already have a base of operations down there in
yeah.
Ormos.
And now they also upgrade your pass so that way you can come to Tokokino as well. So you're more than welcome.
Nice.
He says you're more than welcome to come back here, use our training facilities, and we'll have beds available for you too if you're like doing missions in the area. So that's
Right.
another reward that you get.
We've heard a lot about cirrhosis. What about Sarah with an H, the hag who was like helping him maintain his entire zombie network?
He turns to you and says, "We don't know exactly when they met. It was going to be at some point when he was a pirate. He more likely reached out to her for her knowledge of magic. In in a way that's far more basically magic that's not normal magic is what he was looking out. And at some point, he convinced her to work for him. It definitely doesn't seem like he was being like controlled or anything by the hag. It seems like it was that in many ways they kind of saw each other as partners. It seems like he'd promised her like noble titles as well, like that she would be, a high position of honor and prestige in the new country. My assumption is that she would use it in order to make like a very powerful coven. Was probably her goal. They were probably going to backstab each other at some point, is my guess, but it seemed like they had a pretty good working relationship.
Is her magic being limited in any way right now? Because we're worried about the possibility of her escaping, especially with this frog that she's enchanted, potentially. We don't think he's actually wants to help, but like it is something that is a technical possibility.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything that would allow her to use her magics. Even if she has something innate, we'd be able to block it or sense it. They're in a high security facility. She's not getting out.
Okay, that's good.
This is a good.
So yeah, do you guys have any other questions about Tarosic?
What's happening to his airship?
I'm sorry, what?
What's happening to his airship?
He says, well, I mean, it was bought with mostly stolen money, so we're gonna probably take it apart, sell it. Some of the technology we believe was provided by the Boros company to build it, so we're interested in studying it for that purposes in order to make sure that we don't fall behind. And in many ways, Aethervathi is far behind in airship technology. So this is also like an airship that can go both below water and above. We want to make sure that we're staying on the cutting edge of it. But it'll probably be decommissioned, and then the profits will be going to the victims of his piracy.
Yeah, fine. Makes sense then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is strangely humane. I'm impressed.
Very strangely, I agree. This is a very acceptable answer.
Like, what did you guys think? I'm gonna use it as my personal joyride.
It's like, well, no, well, I mean, in that case,
I wouldn't put it against you.
I would have been like, well, I mean, could we have it as our personal joyride?
yeah, exactly.
We can't have underwater land. An underwater airship would
You guys have experimental speeders.
We do, but
we wanted the giant airship too.
We could be our own little yacht club.
I mean, having more stuff is fun.
I think it is too much. We are like a dog chasing. a car, some sort
Yeah,
of
it's
dog chasing an airship. We would not know what we would do if we had one.
That's true, but
I mean, I know
we would have.
I live the RV life, the traveling around the world, seeing all the
What
sights.
the hell is an RV?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm 19.
I'll tell you when you're older. Don't worry. That's not something to worry about. I'll tell you when dinosaurs like me. Blair being like 27, 28.
Adonis says, "Is it a rare violinist?"
Yes.
As he kind of like scratches his head.
Yes. Winks. Adonis has no idea.
Yeah.
No.
Adonis is also young though, so he thinks it's like, oh, maybe I'll just find out when I'm older too.
Blair's acting like she's 50 years old. She is like 28. I'm a dinosaur. These are things I have to worry about in my late stage in life.
Back in my day, we only had 150 Pokemon.
God.
Someone kicks in the door. 151.
Eldritch Blast.
Melts.
God. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Oh, I guess how is Miles doing?
He's upset. He's not talking to us. Pretty much all of our information we gained from looking through it. We're gonna put him on trial. And make sure that he's put away for a long time.
Would you like someone who can cast Zone of Truth? If that would help assist the investigation.
He says the court system doesn't allow Zone of Truth to be used in official proceedings for a couple of reasons. And he lists off the same reasons why. What is it?
What lie detector stuff?
Yeah, like the lie detector test. He's like, it's like people can get around them. All you have to do is just not answer the question, and answer a different question, and you could theoretically get through. They're also very easy to abuse. So our legal system, we don't allow it. Depending on how you answer the question, you could also like force somebody to give like a false confession by asking the right kind of questions to make it seem as if they're guilty.
Magic is truly a fickle thing. I have learned much today.
Yeah. And he says we don't need him to admit to anything either. All of the evidence is fine.
Okay, well that's cool. I think that's it then, right?
I guess he's going away for a long time.
Hopefully, like he almost ended mine and all of our. Can we get murder added onto that? Like X5?
Oh no, he's definitely murdered people.
Oh yeah, but add our attempted murders on there too, just for good measure.
Okay.
Because we did almost die. That was horrifying.
Yeah, that gave me an existential crisis.
He almost one-shot me with bubbles! Fucking bubbles! Speaking of bubbles, what about, not that bubbles, but like, the anchor we picked up, by the way.
Yeah, what does that do?
So you guys will leave the meeting. At some point, Connar could have identified the anchor. So it is a like a war pick, but it does have a couple of interesting things on it. Unlike a normal war pick, this one does have the versatile capability. So it can be wielded with two hands for additional damage. And let's see here. So all of the normal war pick stuff, but then add versatile D10 to it. It is a +1 weapon, so that's +1 to attack and damage. And it does have the added effect that it can be thrown up to 20 feet. And upon hit, you can pull or push the creature 1 square.
Wait, that's huge.
Yeah.
Easy.
That is a good piece of machinery. That's a good piece of weapon.
Can you do the bubble thing or no?
So it does have like the chain on it that lets it pull back. You guys have been experimenting with it. It seems like that was more of a him experimenting with it. You're not sure exactly. You feel like maybe there might be more to this thing that you can pull in the future. But for right now, you haven't been able to do it. Maybe basically maybe there's a technique that will let you do it. But it in and of itself, based off of the magic that's here, doesn't grab it. It's just a +1.
That's still really neat.
Yep.
Would you mind if I held on to this? The group.
It's perfect. I cannot lift it. It is good.
This looks like a best-in-slot weapon for Lunu.
Finally, it is my turn to go melee.
He tries to pick up the anchor and crushes it.
No.
Good.
No, I have Carl, and I may be about to get a gun soon. So, honestly, this is all you.
Speaking of guns,
Yeah.
you guys get back to Ormos, and
Clap.
I have forgotten.
I put in a note before today's game. So you walk into Tito's little modified workshop that he basically built in your backyard. And he says, welcome back. I worried that you all might have died. I have some new firearms. And he pulls out a spear gun, where most of it is made from glass, like the barrel. He says, I have this new spear gun. Right now, I only have this ammunition here, but in the future, I'd like to maybe make some more interesting ammunition. He then pulls out what he has dubbed the advanced musket, and musket is apparently spelled terribly wrong in this. Should probably put this through a spell check.
Type how badly spelled it is.
You guys can see it.
Where did you put it?
I put it in the hand. It's a handout. You guys should all have the ability to see it.
A
Let
handout?
me click on show the players.
Oh shit!
Oh, was the pick in there too?
No.
Oh shit! You can just send this to us? Why has Connor never done this?
'Cause writing things is hard.
Yeah, you should know from last night's script. We'll get into that later.
No, but I mean, like a lot of times Connor does do this kind of stuff. He just does it in the Word documents. Nothing's stopping him from like technically copying it over, but also the benefit of like the Word documents is that you can like the players can edit it and put notes down on it as well.
Yeah.
Right. How do you
the real benefit of this over that is that it's got a section into where I can put stuff that only I can see.
True. Also,
so there's the advanced musket, and then the Coins 1873 single action revolver. And that one was actually one that was already there in the past. But now the one that he has there is a +1.
It's still the exact same price too.
Yes, and if you once you buy it, you only have to pay any upgrade cost. You won't have to like be charged every single time. Because I think, Austin, you bought a normal musket from him, right, already?
Yeah, no, I bought like
a revolver. Like
a revolver, yeah.
Oh, you just bought a normal revolver?
Yeah, you didn't give me a magic gun.
How much was the normal revolver?
Wasn't it like 200, 100? I don't know.
It might have been like 200.
Oh yeah, 250. Yeah, so what that would mean that is that if you wanted to upgrade that one to the coins 1873 single action revolver, you'd only need to pay 250 additional because you've already paid 250.
It's actually not bad of a price because you don't usually spend.
Yeah, it's actually a good deal.
Now the one thing is that the ammo is going to be more expensive for that one because it uses shiny as ammunition.
V coin
or other coins.
Yep. Wait. How many of the V coins did you invest in?
So far, you guys have gotten a couple from
how many?
Viscosity, but I don't think you guys have actually bought any on the market.
It's because it keeps being ship prices. We need to go down.
What? Well, wait. Instead of using actual shiny, I can just use the V coin.
Well, yeah. So right today, because we've already rolled, V coin is actually worth almost double a normal shiny. So it's actually really expensive today. But you can use V coin. Like if V coin ever drops down to like super low, you could buy 100 of them, and then yes, use them. That is allowed.
Didn't you say that V coin is like has weird effects when you use it as ammo though?
That's what he said.
Oh no. Oh no.
If you have me rolling from like the fucking wild magic table,
that would be amazing. You shoot someone, they turn to a potted plant.
So you can buy.
I shoot and I cast fireball myself.
So you guys can buy ammo from him. 10 sets of ammunition for both guns are 3 gold pieces each.
Makes 30 shots for 3 gold?
No. 9 gold is 30 shots.
Hey, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't actually buy the ammo from anybody else because they're special for these guns.
I mean, yes.
Part of it is you feel he's trying to make it so that way you guys can't kick him out because he's the one who makes the ammo for you.
Interesting.
Everyone makes the Demon Slayer disgust face.
Yeah. There is also an additional effect on the first 2 guns. I don't know if you see on there, but there's a THF and then a die roll. So what he explains when going over these guns is that they come with extra safety features. He says, all of my guns are designed to be the most powerful that they could be. Because of that, some people say that they're a little dangerous. So I've added these safety features so that way they'll be less dangerous. But I've given you guys the ability to turn them off if you really need to. So when firing your shot, you can choose a number of dice, and the size of the die is based on the gun, to roll for bonus damage. You can do this up to your hit die. But if any of those dies roll max damage, all bonus damage will also be inflicted on the user. regardless if Max is rolled, if the bonus damage is more than the attack roll for the gun itself, the gun becomes damaged until repaired. So, to give you an example of what that means, right now you all have 6 hit die. So that means when you fire the gun, you can say, I want to add 6 d8 of additional damage. But if any of those roll an 8, you also take the damage. And let's sort of say you roll really good on that damage. That let's say you hit with a 17, but the damage is 19. The gun's going to break. And so those are your risks. Have fun. Let me know if you want to buy one.
So, issue, right?
Huh?
Here's my issue.
Yeah?
I only have 800 gold. I would have to sell, like, one of my weapons. Or something.
Yeah, I mean, these are going to be available for you forever. So, as you guys do, if you can't afford them right now, you can come back, and the second you get enough money, you can spend it. And actually, there is one more reward that you're going to get from the most recent mission that has not happened yet.
Really?
Yes, that's out of character, though.
Did you say that the underwater spear gun can also be upgraded eventually?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, I was gonna ask, like, is there like a bayonet or like a blade, sort of bayonet fixture that you can add to these?
An attachment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like attachment.
He says, well, with the spear gun, that's easy. You just stab him with the spear. I can work on a bayonet attachment for the musket, though, if that's what you're interested in.
Like I could either be safe and go with a two-handed musket, or I could go into the revolver sword gimmick, I guess.
Yeah, I would go into the revolver sword gimmick, mostly because that means you can keep your shield, which is what allows you to tank pretty dang good.
He says that he can look into it. It'd be probably more the equivalent, at least at the very beginning, as like basically you're equipped in one hand with the gun and a dagger, just all in one weapon. But that could also theoretically be upgraded. He says that he can look into it though, and I might do a roll to see how long it takes and how good it is. The next time.
If I go, I'll go down the fucking coin single action revolver.
Yeah.
I'll spend the 250. I'm just asking for a blade attachment for the future.
Yeah, he says he'll work on it.
All right, awesome.
So the spear gun I can just use it as like a spear by stabbing people with it. Does that mean I can use it as a melee weapon for my attacks and shit?
All right,
it would be like pretty much like an improvised weapon. So if you wanted it to actually be designed to do that, he could look into that as well. But I'm not necessarily sure that's something that you're gonna want to do, because that would take away from him like coming up with special spears or improving like the damage on it or stuff like that. Whereas you can like literally create weapons out of your hand if you need to.
I mean, wait. So how does this work with me having a firearm and my packed weapon? Then that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's like if I wouldn't be absorbing the spear gun, then how does it work? Is it like I can fire like how
So you have there's a thing that lets you take ranged weapons with your pact of the blade. Where is it?
You should.
I could afford it now if I just.
So if you get the improved packed weapon invocation,
have that?
huh?
Don't I literally have that, or am I insane?
You might already have it. I don't know if you do. That one will let you add it in, and that one will in the same way that so both of these weapons have the loading capability. So if you take like for example like the crossbow feat that lets you ignore loading, that would also work for these.
Here it is. The weapon you convert.
Yeah, so once you buy this, you could absorb it as a weapon.
Oh, with this, yes, but I can't. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. So can I use it as? I mean, I guess I can shoot people who are in front of me with it, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, I don't need to melee someone with the with the crossbow. I guess I think I'm just like brain not working. But then I can't use it with melee. It's like skills, I guess.
Yeah, like an attack of opportunity would be like you trying to stab them with it.
Oh, so I can't shoot them with a gun as an attack of opportunity? Oh, because there's
no, it's a ranged weapon.
Wait, what?
No, because it's a ranged weapon.
I didn't know that ranged weapons can do that. That's interesting.
Yep.
In that case,
I think if you have like crossbow master, then you can.
Well, this
Or
thing,
what is
yeah,
it?
I think that might also. Which and all of that stuff will count. The anything that adds bonuses to crossbows will work for the musket or the spear gun.
It also says that, yeah, in the improved pack weapon, that this improved pack weapons can include crossbows as well. So,
yep,
all types of them. So, and I'm sorry to ask this now, but like did you say like you can absorb like multiple pack weapons and stuff? So like,
I don't think there's a limit.
Okay.
Is there?
I have no idea. I've never heard of one. I'm just like trying to. I've never played a warlock
There
before.
really
So.
isn't. There's no listed limit anyway.
Like it technically like destroys the weapon because you can't like take it out. So that's the downside, is that no one else can use it.
I can't sell Carl's Bane then.
Maybe you can. Hold on.
You could sell it, but then like after you leave, you just take it back.
It looks like. Yeah, it looks like you may actually only be able to have one at the time.
What happens after the fact?
It comes out, so you can actually sell it. You can't get rid of it though unless you have another magic weapon to replace it. So if you were to buy the spear gun, you would then be able to sell Carl's Bane after that.
I mean, I still have my original harpoon weapon.
Well, so to generate a weapon that's non-magical, like a normal, like it's just, and in that case, that's literally just the crossbow. Then yeah, you could do that without needing an item. But in order to like get like the magic weapon bonus, you'd have to absorb that particular weapon.
Right.
So because this is a special weapon, you'd have to absorb it to use it.
Right. The crossbow, you're saying?
Oh yeah, the spear gun.
Or yeah, excuse me, the spear gun. Wait, so does that mean because the weapon gains a +1? Does that mean because it's an improved pack weapon, if I were to eat the spear gun, then it becomes a +2?
No, because it's already a magic weapon.
Oh, it's if you absorb some non-magic weapon, it adds the +1 with the improved pack weapon. I'm just reading off of the thing right there.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't need to absorb a non-magic weapon. You could just get the non-magic weapon.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying that like absorbing magic weapon wouldn't add the +1 because that's what it's saying right
Yeah,
here.
but if you absorbed a +2 weapon, you would get the +2.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll still allow you to do like the same thing. Like if like an upgrade in the future comes in that's a +2, you spend the difference and you get it, and then it just upgrades the one in your pack.
Yes. I'm also blind. I missed literally the second half of the sentences unless it's a magic weapon. As a point. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Question. This
Yes.
is unrelated, but does the pick count as heavy?
It looks pretty heavy.
I would love it if it counted as heavy.
It is an anchor.
What ability requires it to be heavy? I thought all your stuff was like
Great Weapon Master.
Great Weapon Master allows for two-handing
like
a versatile weapon.
But if you make it has to be a heavy weapon to do the +10 damage.
It's an anchor. Come on. How is that not a heavy weapon?
We can add lead to it. How hard is lead gonna be to find down here?
Let me beef up this pick. Let me add some extra weights to the end. To this anchor.
It's like you're cheating at Pinewood Derby and you're just putting a ton of extra weight on it.
Good.
That's a deep cut. That's deeper than the fucking octopus we're in right now.
Damn. How could you do this to the Boy Scouts of America?
I did it, I'll do it again.
So just gonna have to save up. Oh, we should probably get some potions as well. As nice as magic weapons are.
We should take a trip to get some potions and lotions.
I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that instead of it being versatile, it will instead be heavy.
All right, that works for
The
me.
reason why I made it versatile was because I thought that was the requirement. And since I was wrong, I will simply amend it by just making it heavy. There's nothing stopping you from wielding a one-handed weapon with two hands, even if it's not versatile. It just doesn't change it. So it will have the heavy category, but it'll just be the D8.
Okay, so it's like still a D8 damage?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Alright, I have a brilliant idea. To solve my gun problem. So I walk over to George. And I ask to borrow his pistol.
I just upgraded to the money gun.
No, I that's exactly what I'm asking to borrow. Just for a second.
What the fuck are you gonna do to it?
Don't worry, you're gonna get it back, I promise.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna do.
May I see your pistol really quick, George?
Cast Zone of Truth first.
I'm not stealing it.
By the way, just so you know, it takes an hour to do it.
It takes an hour? Or I'm gonna need your for like an hour. We're not finding anything, but you're getting it back. I promise.
Part of me doesn't want to trust you, but
if you ever trusted me, things have worked out in the end.
Lunu in the
yeah,
background.
because I
Barely.
I just give me a sec. I promise I will give it back. I 100,000% promise
Ask
I will.
him why.
You haven't asked me why. Do you want to ask me why or no? Do you just want to see the what's gonna happen for the meme?
What? Just say as a player, what are you planning on doing?
Oh, I'm just gonna eat your weapon really quick to yeet Carl's Bane from from my magic inventory, so I can sell it, buy my own gun, and then absorb that, and then hand you back your gun because I need another magic weapon to replace the magic weapon that my pact has already eaten.
It's not gonna destroy it, is it?
No, and you'll get it back after I absorb the spear gun.
Alright, fine, whatever.
Alright, I take the gun and I start the arduous process of slowly shoving this gun in my mouth to absorb it. And I find out that is not how you absorb it.
Have you tried?
Yeah, so you do the ritual for an hour. Carl's Bane is no longer bound to you.
I imagine it just like flops out of the sky like a Breath of the Wild weapon or something
Uh-huh.
on the ground next to me. I was like, damn.
What would you like to do now?
So who the fuck can I sell Carl's Bane to?
I don't know. Who are you gonna sell it to?
I look for a weapon store that deals in weird weapons that looks like they would actually want to buy shit like this.
Alright, roll me survival or perception check.
Survival! Oh, an actual roll for once, okay.
So you find a store that might be able to buy stuff. You feel like you might, if this one doesn't take it, you might have better luck going back into the core, that there's more stuff there. But this one's the closest store to it.
Okay. I shall go in.
Can I follow?
Yeah.
So, I want to go to the store too.
A wing woman! Perfect!
Yeah.
Alright, let's do... I walk in with this comically oversized... Wait, what even is it? Battle axe? Bludgeoning battle axe.
Yeah, it's a battle axe.
I always forget. I just think that in my head I've always thought of it as a mace, even though it's very much not. So I walk in, I barely get it through the door, and I'm like, hello! And then the Pawn Stars theme starts playing. I'm just like, hi, I'm here to sell a weapon.
So you walk in, and there is a, let's see here. Sorry, I'm generating names, and I've got a couple of good options.
I thought you were just gonna say you were looking up the Pawn Stars theme music.
No. That would have been fun though.
I'm sorry, the level of jerseyness those guys admit is also making me think of Guy Fieri's Striker Studying in the Dive. If that theme starts playing in my head now.
I love donkey sauce.
Is donkey sauce a magical item? If so, what does it do?
It makes all your wildest dreams come true if you spread them on your thighs.
So dysentery?
Yes.
So, all right, hold on a second. I got another idea. I'm putting a little too much into this than I should be, but I'm having a good time.
Let's do it. I'm all for a good time. And for getting astronomically ruined by the weirdest fucking events possible. I just want to point out also, I took more poison damage from kissing that frog than I did in that entire ship full of poison zombies.
Yeah. Interesting. Sorry, I'm going down
A dark path.
yeah, that I shouldn't.
Dark.
So you walk in, And there is a person standing behind the counter. They kind of they're a Simic hybrid. They kind of look like a Maltese dog.
A Maltese?
Yeah, Maltese. Like that's what their kind of like head looks like. And they've got like white fur. The bottom part starts to look a little bit more like fish-like, but the top part is a Maltese.
Okay,
The person says, "Welcome to my store. Pose magical trinkets. I'm Poe."
I am Blair Audina.
The name's Cinna.
Oh, hello again,
he's-
Poe. It's good to see you.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
It's good to see you again, Poe.
Poe looks. Have we met before?
Oh, no, you do not remember me.
That's concerning.
It's like you were my dad.
I remember a few days ago I was going around town and I was asking if you were my father and you did not, and you ignored me. But you said your name is Poe. But you didn't say it to me, you said it to someone else. Anyway, this is an awkward conversation. Continue the discussion with the others.
Poe says, "Yeah, man, I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh well.
He says, "Here, pick a card," and he holds out a deck of cards to you.
Oh, this will truly be a wonderful game. Lunu picks a card.
It bursts into flames.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
He
God.
says, "Poe's joke deck of cards. You draw a card, it bursts into flames."
We have developed memories together. I expect you to recognize me next time you see me.
He says, "Right now, for the short price of 10 gold pieces a card, you could buy some joke cards. You can use them as a fire starters if you really need to." He then goes behind. He comes back with a flower, and he says, "Here, one of you, smell this flower."
I'll smell the flower.
So you go to smell the flower, and he pulls back on it, and it shoots out a little bit of water in your face. He says, "There's nothing magical about it. You have to refill it."
I haven't got.
My
reflexes not warned me of this.
This is the oldest trick in the book, Senna. You should have
He
seen that
says,
coming.
hold on a second. I've got another thing for you." And he comes back, and this time he's got this like black sword with like red trim, and he's like, "You give this to someone, and it tries to take over their mind and kill everyone around them."
Blair immediately picks up the sword.
Now you hear a voice in the back of your head. "Hey, you should kill your friends. Look, I'll eventually wear you down. You should just do it now. We don't need to worry about, me slowly and steadily trying to corrupt you. You should just kill them."
There's no will save. It's trying to convince you of it.
Wait, there is
Here's the
no.
thing is-
I have to roll this. It's just.
Here's the thing is, he doesn't stop talking.
Oh my god!
It's constant.
What is your name?
He says, "My name is, you should kill your friends."
Well, you should kill your friends. My name is Blair Audina, and you
He said-
talk too much.
He says, No. I don't need to kill my friends. All right? I like my friends. We go play cards every weekend. You should kill your friends.
To the card flames.
We.
The fuck is Blair talking to?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
there's this one, like, this is yelling, like, why?
Can I slap the sword out of her
trying
hands?
to interrogate the sword as it's bleeding.
I'd like to cast heat metal on Blair. It's just so that they drop the sword.
It was hot. What the fuck?
The last thing you hear in your head is, "Wow, this is so warm and nice. Just like hell will be after you kill your friends. You should do that."
Fucking. Hey Tom, I'm stealing these ideas. These are going to make a cameo in mine.
Was it a +1 weapon?
You can pick it up and try and swing it and find out.
Yeah,
Blair,
there's so many targets in the room.
So many victims. I mean, targets.
He picks it up again and he puts it behind and he says, "So what can I get for you guys today?"
Not that.
would you be interested in perhaps purchasing this rare magical weapon that I have here, sir?
He says, "What does it do?"
So, this is the one-of-a-kind legendary weapon, Carlsbane. Basically, it is a battle axe that does bludgeoning damage. And, on crit, it does 6d6 force damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage! And it has destroyed many an enemy in the past. It's incredibly powerful.
It also has a vendetta against people named Carl.
It also applies super effective damage to anything named Carl. Confirmed.
So he takes it. You see him cast the identify spell on it. And then he walks over to like a dummy. That looks like it was set up, and he takes a couple of swings at it. He says, "Oh yeah, didn't cut this at all." And then he's like, he feels into it, but definitely break some bones.
It's broken.
He says this. He turns to you and says, "You don't have this like same effect in like a knife or a dagger, would you?"
Why do you ask?
He says, "Oh, well, because that'd be hilarious. You give someone a knife so that way they could like cut their steak, and it just pushes down. The sharper it is, the more it pushes. That would be so funny."
I do not, in fact, have it as a knife or a sword, but imagine giving this baby to a lumberjack.
He seems a little bit more interested than he was a second ago.
But Lunu in their head is...
roll me a diplomacy check to see how much.
Lunu whispers to the others, it's like, that would be terrible to give to a lumberjack. It's just their normal tool, but slightly worse.
What would it be? Diplomacy? Would it be persuasion? I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, persuasion. Again,
oh,
bad.
Maybe I should have became proficient in this. Why am I proficient in intimidation and not persuasion? That makes no sense, but okay. Alright, let's do it. Oh, it's a roll!
He looks it over and he says, "Yeah, I'll give you 800 for it."
800. Interesting. What?
So you would know for for a normal +1 weapon, it's actually a pretty decent deal. The fact that it has like the added effect doesn't seem to be really drastically improving the price. But it does seem to be like maybe you might be able to get a little bit more in the core, but at the same time, like this guy's actually got like a little bit of an interest in it. And you're not sure. Other people would be like, "Well, that's worthless," you know.
I just thought of the possible interaction. I don't know if this improves anything at all, but going off of what you were saying before, right? Someone attempting to cut something and it not working, and they keep doing it over and over. Eventually, they will just crit, and they will just blow up whatever they are attempting to go.
Yeah. Well, no, he liked the idea of like selling it to a lumberjack, so the lumberjack could give it to one of his lumberjack friends.
Yes.
Be like, try out this new axe, and then when he goes to swing into a tree, it like leaves a crater instead of cutting.
Exactly.
He did like that as a concept, which is why he's willing to buy it. You also get the feeling that he might try and like copy the magic onto some knives too, see if he can make his own magic item.
The worst knives in existence.
Yeah.
They'll also leave a crater.
Like, the sharper you make them, the more blunt they are.
So shit. It's horrible. You know what? Blair finds that this use of Carl's Bane for evil is hilarious. And in true traditional fashion, will play to her own complete interest. And we'll make the deal.
All right. You sell Carl's Bane for 800.
Carl's Bane,
Nice.
it's been a fucking honor.
All right. Can I ask if he has any shields for sale?
Oh, I have a question about that after you're done asking that.
Price of Liz.
Hi.
So he comes back with a shield. It's got like an alternating red and white ring pattern on it, and he says, "Here, hold this."
All right.
Your AC is one less than it was before.
Okay, this is fun. Yeah, sure. But what
It
about
says,
like
yeah,
maybe
whatever holds this, it's a lot easier to hit them.
But what about like having a shield that like maybe like pokes me in the back or like stabs me a little bit when I get hit?
What?
Yeah. Like says, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Like it blocks the hit, but then still does damage to you.
Yeah, like maybe it like gives me a little poke, like you got hit. You thought you dodged, but you got hit.
He says, give me a second. And he goes into the back and he comes back out with like a sketchboard and he starts like sketching some stuff and he like looks over. He like comes over and takes measurements of you. You don't know why. He's probably not designing the shield specifically for you. He comes back and he starts messing around with it and he goes into the back room. You hear a bunch of bright lights, what sounds like lightning firing off, and give me another highs or lows.
Highs.
He comes back out with a gnarly looking shield. It's got like a visage on it, and he says, "Here, hold this."
Okay.
And so then he comes over and he pulls out the smallest little crossbow you've ever seen,
Okay.
and he fires it at you. And when it hits you, you don't feel anything. But every single other person in the room feels something.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the rest of you are like, ow.
Wait, it did what?
He says, "Yeah, I wasn't able to get it to work, but this one, instead of you taking the damage, all of your allies will take the damage."
The same, the hit, or do we take it divided?
Oh no, it's the same level of damage.
God damn!
I'm sorry, the rolls were really low.
This would have been amazing. This would have been a god tier shield for me if it did that, where like it like divided the damage, because that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, no. It'd also be super OP, which is why it has to do the same amount of damage to everybody, so you guys don't buy it. Or
just throw it at someone else.
Maybe you guys buy it and you say, "No, Tom, I'm going to buy this shield, and we're going to start doing some crazy stuff with it."
We're
Well, how
just
much
gonna-
is it? Is the
To make
question.
anyone invincible is
He says it's 250.
All right, I'll think about it.
So
I feel like
wait.
this Hmm?
Question. Specifically, is it allies or is it everybody?
It's just allies. He says somehow it knows.
we do is
Yeah, no, if it was everybody, that'd be funny.
no. I have
No.
the plan. Just give it to me at the beginning of the fight. I'll use performance to fool everyone and
No,
the shield
you-
to make it look like I defected, and then you hit me and we one shot the enemy.
I feel like we do a little. What about this? What about we do a little switcheroo where like we give an enemy the shield and then we just like keep smacking at him.
Yeah, he says that would definitely work. You just have to convince them to hold the shields.
Hmm.
It's only 250. It doesn't have any like additional AC bonus. It's just a normal shield. It's just the add a magical effect.
All right.
Blair's bullshits like performance and deception. We could
See,
pull
okay.
off to make them take the shield, thinking it's a legendary artifact that protects us from all damage.
Can we like go down a little lower to maybe like a 220?
He says, "I'll tell you what. If you buy the sword that tries to kill your friends, I'll sell you both for 325."
That's a very strong bargain. It's a very strong deal, but I feel like I'll just stay with the shield.
And he says, "All right, well, in that case, it's got to be the full 250."
All right, I'm fine with that. All right, so I'll take that. All right, can I go to another store?
Jewel shield.
Like, are you trying to go to like another magic store?
I'm trying to go to another store where I can get a shield. That's all I want.
Oh, like a normal shield. Yeah. You could just buy one of those. We don't need to.
Right.
That's just like
I
your
do
average
want-
have a shield,
I do want a shield with like a thumbtack in it, though.
like a thumbtack.
Yeah, so like if I get hit, I still take like maybe like a D1 of damage or something, so I stay in rage.
Oh, okay. You probably have to order that custom because most
Okay.
shields are not designed to deal damage to you.
All right.
So basically, this is me saying, ask me again next week, and I'll
All
have
right.
come up with something by then.
Okay.
Because I'll need to find out, like, does it make sense to have it like if you completely dodge the attack, then it wouldn't do damage, but like maybe like if it would have done damage if you didn't have the shield, then it takes the damage. We'll go into details more later.
All right.
But you can do the shield's name that you did buy is the shield of selfless friends.
Okay, yeah. I'll keep that on me.
Blair's like, what does selfless mean?
The friends are taking the damage for you.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah.
What
Because
is
you don't have a choice in the matter.
Oh, I know Blair is holding.
The range on it is 100 feet. So if like
Oh my goodness!
like your like hometown friends aren't gonna start dropping dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good distinction. It doesn't kill. It isn't like an ultra reverse Death Note where you kill all your friends.
Yeah, you know, especially like having like the barbarian have it, because like you get taken down, that's gonna kill a normal person instantly.
Yeah.
100 away from Cinna at all times.
So and it's like it says, it's like somehow it just knows. You won't like.
Okay. So
no being like,
here's
oh
the
well, that
question.
person's not technically my friend. If they're fighting with you, it's gonna hurt them.
Okay. Yeah, so here's the question. If someone gets charm personed and then you give them the shield, but and then they're fighting their allies, what happens?
It would still definitely do damage to you, at least. It depends on the charm person. So if they've completely switched sides, then they're going to do it. And I think with charm person, if they take, I don't know.
Because could not combo with suggestion, but then
Oh yeah, suggest them to pick up the shield and then attack them.
And then we just attack them over and over and over, but they won't take any damage. So the spell won't break.
Their friends will take the damage.
Their friends will all take the damage, but they're not the ones who are being suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
the short answer is yes, that would work.
Okay.
Okay, this is a good.
The charm person one probably wouldn't, because then any damage that they would have been given to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because you've charmed them, so they're on your side now. But if you suggested to someone pick up the shield and then you wailed on them, they would do it. But remember, they could also drop the shield. So you'll need to make sure that it makes sense. That you word your suggestion in a way that they can't just get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But you would, of course, need to drop the shield in a place that they could pick it up. But yes, that is a perfect, acceptable use of this magic weapon.
Nice.
And it really is. It is actually a magic weapon. More so than it is a shield.
Horrific cursed artifact that can destroy entire armies instantaneously. It is so dangerous. It can also destroy us instantaneously.
Yeah. So just be careful if you take it out. Just it's gonna be bad.
Never use the shield as a shield.
I mean, I'm not gonna wear it.
Yeah.
Limiting your shield slot whatever you do, unless you're the last person standing. And
how is this worded? Do you have to equip it?
Yeah. If you're getting the benefits to the AC, you're getting the benefits of the
benefits.
So, like, if I throw the shield like a discus, and then it hits someone, and then they're like technically touching the shield, do they get hurt?
Yeah, that wouldn't work. They'd have to actually be holding the shield.
Okay.
I appreciate the attempt there though, because that's actually genius.
Yeah, like theoretically, like if you were to chuck it like a discus, it would fall to their feet. Then someone else used suggestion to have them pick it up. They would then reach down, pick it up. Then yes, if you hit them, it would deal the damage to their allies. And I'm okay with that because the chucking of the discus isn't going to do a lot of damage. You're firing off a spell, so you've got 2 turns that you guys have lost to now possibly nuke the entire team. Like that's set up. I like that. That's okay because a lot can also go wrong with that. So you're willing to take the risk in order to set it up. I will be okay with that. It definitely won't bite me in the butt later.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, this is great. Oh, the possibilities are endless. This is fantastic.
I says, does anybody want to buy any of the cards?
How do you buy the cards though? Because if you pick up a card, it's gonna set itself on fire.
You also
as long as you don't draw it, you keep it face down, it's fine.
Wait. Also, you said it was 10 gold per card, right?
Huh?
You said it was 10 gold per card?
Yeah, but you can use them to start fires.
Yes, but that means it's 520 gold for an entire deck.
I can just do that with magic.
He says yes, but can you do it as a joke to a friend?
Blair, you're on fire. The back of your clothes.
Yeah.
The back of your clothes catch a flame.
Like Connar holds the shield, and it just doesn't hit Blair. The damage doesn't go on Blair at all.
Jeez.
No, the shield knows.
So I go up and hug Lunu.
So yeah, he says, yeah, feel free to come back anytime you like. I'm coming up with new stuff all the time. Says if you find
Where you at?
any like cursed weapons that do fun things, let me know.
All right, we'll be sure to keep you in mind.
We do have a goblin who sells guns that will deplete your entire wallet if you fire them. I don't know if you're interested in possibly collabing with someone who makes chaotic weaponry of mass hilarity.
He says, "Oh no, I just like firearms."
Oh. Wait, you like firearms?
He,
like cards that
he reaches behind the counter. He says, "I do have this though," and he pulls out like a small little pistol, and he holds it out, and he pulls the trigger, and a little flag pops out. It says "bang."
Mm.
Does it do it? And it does 6d8 fire damage to Blair.
No. He says it's not magic either. It just looks like a gun.
Oh my gosh.
He then like puts the flag back in and puts it back underneath.
I very much love this NPC, by the way.
Mm.
Can I imagine absorbing that as my packed weapon?
Since it's not magic, no.
Allegedly not magic. That looked like magic to me. I don't know. But yeah, I guess we're good then, right?
Yeah.
I'm good here.
All right. So you guys go back to your hidey hole, your home away from home, and there's actually somebody waiting for you when you arrive.
Can I ask a question? I don't know how much we've described our home away from home, but is it kind of modeled after a little underwater sea cave? Because I feel like that'd be cute.
No, I actually.
No, it's like a house.
bungalow.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
I mean the interior.
Oh.
The interior had furniture that was decent, but definitely suffering from a little bit of water damage just simply because of how humid it was. Think if you're in a place that's very tropical, very humid, the furniture there is designed to kind of break down. It's that kind of furniture.
Yeah, I originally I had an illustration I sent to, or a photo manip that I sent to Tom, where it was kind of based off of sort of like a Caribbean, maybe more representing sort of like a.
Do I have that photo?
It's been a long time, dude.
I remember you sending that. Now that you said it, but I don't actually have it in here. I'll have to look to see if maybe I saved it in the wrong spot, and that's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
Also partially sea themed, like coral furniture or whatever. Since you just said it called a huggy.
It was very I guess I don't want to say Havana inspired, but or Cuban inspired, but that's kind of what the vibe was. It's like you were going into your Cuban grandma's kitchen and what she decorated in. You got an Airbnb in Miami is the best way to describe it.
Okay, that's a pretty good way to describe it.
Yeah, so that is what it looks like. And so waiting for you there is Dr. Alba, who, if you remember, gave you a side mission before you went in. Do you guys remember the side mission she gave you?
Yeah.
Murder.
Has the claw. Did no one question our claw? We were brought in.
Oh no. She told you not to take it. That if you turned it in, they would it would find the way to her.
Well, no, I know. When we turned it in, no one questioned the fact that we were just casually bringing in an arm.
No.
Okay.
I mean, there were a lot of arms on board that ship.
I mean, I brought it in because
Who? Wait, who? Is it
I
Lunu?
mean, you guys could like literally left it on the floor; they would have gotten it. You didn't actually have to pick it up if you didn't want to.
Yeah,
I find it funnier if we brought it in ourselves.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's completely up to you. No
I
one was going to question it, though.
I'm pretty sure we did bring it in. Like we actually looted it.
Yeah, no, I think it was all of us. I can't really remember.
It was a big claw.
Yeah.
Regardless, we would have turned it in. But I mean, I was just wondering if anyone like asked us like, where the fuck is that?
Nope.
Okay. So what did she say about the claw we brought in?
So you guys come in, and she says, "Thank you for not killing him."
Oh.
She looks almost relieved.
I'll be right back.
Okay. She kind of like turns and looks out into the distance, and she says, "The science directorate has had a long and troubled history of people doing experiments without thinking about the consequences of the people that they were experimenting on. I apologize for testing you all, but I wanted to find out what kind of people that you were, and would you be willing to kill somebody just for some extra money because you thought that the science directorate wanted it?"
No, it was very tempting. I'll say that.
So we were
she
able to
turns-
win over temptation. So
He was
she
a
turns and
huge
she nods.
asshole.
Huh?
He was a giant asshole.
She kind of laughs at that and says, "Yes, we're well aware."
Was the right
And
thing stand trial for his crimes though, because honestly, he has a lot to answer for.
yes, and she says, "It's part of the reason why I thought it would be such a good test, because you were able to resist the urge with him. Then that means that you probably won't do it to an innocent person. Even if it was tempting with him, the fact that you didn't do it means that you'll be far less tempted to do it to others. I've made it my life's mission to bring the science directorship away from its past, back to what it should be. A way to improve people's lives safely. Understanding the consequences of the people that we're experimenting on, that we get their consent, that they understand the risks for when we're doing studies, that these are, in the past, many people were not even, given the option. They were basically kidnapped or slaves. And we're very happy that that you guys chose not to go down that path. And she gives you each 100 gold as thanks.
ooh, money.
She says, "This is the prize for doing the right thing." She says.
Ah. Everything worked out.
She says, "Well, with that, I will be going." She turns to Basil and she says, "I expect you to be ready to be back in school."
About that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Could I potentially have a key for this collar, by the way? If we
She says, "It's a large machine that takes it off. There's not really like a portable one."
Is there no way to remove it at all? Nothing? No, literally
You
nothing?
can go to the large machine.
What if we need to, like, if it's an emergency or something?
Like I said before, you can break it.
Yeah.
It might cause some issues. Like, I wouldn't do it unless you absolutely had to. But honestly, once we start training him up, he might even be more useful in this form.
I mean, potentially, but him not being
Speaking of which, we can give him some combat training. She says we have 3 programs, and she says we've got the warrior program, we've got the mage program, we've got the specialist program. Which one do you want to do?
Well, what's the specialist program?
Let me.
Is he to become a special attacker? He can use flamethrower.
Where is it? No, it's more like being like a bard, or like a rogue, or a merchant.
A merchant.
That's what's listed here. Basically, these are the 3 sidekick classes.
Imagine
the specialist is the expert. That's the one that lets you. It's really what it is. It's a rogue. It lets you. The big thing is that they can do the help action as a bonus action. The spellcaster is the mage. That one is you get spells, not as good as like a wizard or that kind of stuff. And the warrior is you just get better at hitting things. Kind of like fight or light.
Oh, fire light. Okay. I just realized you've been calling them warrior and mage and shit, and that's not the class names in this game. Those are just normal to me because they're the WoW class names. But I'm like, wait, what the fuck is a warrior? Now you've mentioned that. Okay. Well, the special. Okay. What's funny is that Basil becoming a merchant/performer is hilarious because then he is taking after his mother with being a performer, but also continuing his terrible crypto crusade.
I can't believe you're forcing your lifestyle on your children.
I mean, what does he prefer to do? What does he want to do?
But also question, that is true. That is very true. When you say use the help action of a bonus action, what does that actually mean?
So the help action is an action anybody can do.
Okay.
And it's normally an action, whereas he'd be able to do it as a bonus action.
Help action do? Did you like help someone?
Usually give someone else advantage.
Yeah, you just give advantage in the next ability check. So that's like attack, skill check.
Wait, that's
a lot of times familiars, that's what they do on their turn, is they do the help action.
I see. I guess the question is, I don't really see Basil as a mage. I don't know how interested he'd be. He seemed pretty adept as a melee fighter.
Yeah, you like my little hand axe.
Okay, back.
I want to get him like an actual weapon eventually, but like
he gave the hand axe back on the next mission. You guys could give him something else.
Right. I wonder if I could yeah, maybe I'll try to see if I can figure something out with that. But in that case, the question becomes because the rogue one still lets him be a melee fighter, right? Can you do sneak attack shit or not?
It doesn't look like they get any sneak attack stuff, unfortunately.
Okay. Between those 2 options, which one do you think looks like just in general better? Like,
there's not really one that's better than any of the others.
Oh, they're actually balanced? Insane.
Like, it depends on what you want. Like, the expert is going to make you guys stronger. It's like a support class. The spellcaster, it's just a, like... So the benefit of the spellcaster is that he's got really good HP, So he just basically becomes like a tank wizard that's just not as good as a normal wizard, but can actually take a hit. And then the warrior is just a lot better at hitting things. So it kind of keeps his frontline fighter shtick that he has been doing would continue, but like he'd be a lot weaker than like, let's say, like Cinna. You know, like it wouldn't be like he'd be able to necessarily to do anything with that. I will say, like the spellcaster one, I'd probably throw in like more stuff because he's got his breath weapon about him. Like, you know, maybe like that one would increase his like breath weapon. Like you could do some fun stuff with that. You know, the expert he'd probably be taking on, you know, like he'd become far more knowledgeable about the world in general. That one's more, you know, he's already physically fit. So it's just actually giving him like more knowledge. And then the warrior is being like, well, you've got dragon strength inside of you. Let's teach you how to bring it out.
Oh man, there's actually really good reasons for all of them. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no. Guys, what do we do? I mean, we could just ask Basil as well. I don't...
Yeah, I want to know what the little guy wants to do.
Basil, which one of these interests you the most, out of curiosity?
Let me see here. He says, well, I like magic blasty stuff is really cool. I see you guys doing that. And I like that, you know. But hitting people with an axe is also kind of fun. Like, if I choose, will this affect everything from my life forever and ever? And it looks like he's starting to panic.
Oh no. Oh no!
I mean, if you choose the magic, you can still hit things, like you're still beefy.
Oh yeah, can he still melee things even as a wizard? That doesn't like ruin his ability to melee things, right?
No, he just wouldn't really be getting any better at it.
He was still doing non-zero damage, even with a completely garbage weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, so he won't be getting any better at it, but if he got a better weapon, he would do more damage, because he just has a better weapon, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so it's still possible to enhance it, it's just a matter of, like, it's through, like, better equipment and not through learning new shit.
Yes.
And he could still get the breath weapon upgrade. And allegedly, since we just did the undead airship, there hopefully won't be another airship full of zombies that all resist poison. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Bigger breath weapon would kind of be decent. So,
Okay.
it sounds like Wizard would be a best of all worlds. I get that it makes sense that he would become interested in magic after watching his mom blast people with fucking Eldritch Blast every fucking second.
All right. Kaiserless. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Hi.
All right. So next, is there any? You guys have now been officially debriefed from the mission. We've done some shopping. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I mean, if we now have downtime, how much downtime do we have? Do we know that?
Oops.
Go to the backyard and see Tito to buy my gun.
I did want
Okay, you buy your
to.
gun.
I wanted to
Take out
talk
the money.
to the. I'm
Huh?
sorry.
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What? Sorry, Tom, what were you saying?
Yeah. You can take out the money to buy the gun.
All right, go to Tito, and I'm like, I've got the stuff.
You do your hours of to swap it out in order to give Austin back his gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Connor, what'd you say?
Thank you.
I wanted to talk to Aster and bring them the frog.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about the frog.
Yeah.
So you go over to the house that Bubbles and Aster were in. You walk inside, and Bubbles is sitting on the couch. It looks like she's drinking tea with Fern sitting in an armchair across from her. She says, "Oh, hello, everybody. Have you met my friend Fern?"
See,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, I have encountered Fern on my travels.
She says, "Oh, okay, good. What can we do for you?"
I have a frog who can talk. He says he was formerly a person. I was wondering if you'd be able to make him a person again.
She says, "Let me see." So she takes like the little cage. She stares deeply at him for about 10 minutes, and then says, "No."
What do you mean?
I don't I can't see anything wrong with him. I don't know how to fix him.
I did, he might have been polymorphed. Do you know how to do that?
She says, "Well, I mean, not without polymorphing him back." She um gets up and goes over goes up the stairs, and then talks for a little bit, comes back down with Aster. Aster takes a look, and she says, "I can't use true polymorph. But are you sure this just isn't a normal frog that can talk?"
I had asked, and we had zoned of truthed him.
Bubbles kind of holds it up, and her eyes kind of turn so it's like she squints at him. She's like, "I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can lie through a zone of truth." She kind of pokes at him.
This
Does she
is
tell
true.
you-
What did you ask him?
We asked him how long he had been a frog. Who turned
What
him
did he
into
say?
a frog? He said it has
Said
been
2 years.
What other questions did you ask him?
I asked him if he's been a tadpole before.
Yeah.
What did he say to that?
He said no.
He said that he said no to that, yeah? Didn't he?
No. He said no. He was.
I don't think he did.
What do you, like,
Now you guys are
I thought-
thinking he never answered that question.
Wait, did he not answer?
He never answered that question.
He didn't answer that question.
Someone else asked him a question and he answered that one. Bubbles was like, "Well, you gotta make sure that he actually answers the question."
Thought he was polymorphed when he turned from a tadpole into a frog.
What if he was... Wait. Are you suggesting that he was a tadpole and someone polymorphed him into a frog?
No, he was a tadpole, but then he became a frog because that's what tadpoles do. They turn into frogs, and he thought he was cursed to become a frog.
Oh.
That's what he
Oh, do you want to zone of truth him again? See if we can get a guarantee.
He said that he became a frog when he became the age of maturity. He doesn't remember being anything that's not a frog because he's just a...
He's just a frog. We have wasted so much time on this creature. Bubbles, would you like a pet?
Bubble says, "Yeah, I can keep an eye on him. I think it's actually just an evil frog."
An evil... ask him if he was evil? Why don't they?
Yeah, we did ask him if he was going to do something bad to us, and he said no.
We didn't ask if he was evil. It could just be general.
Is that exactly what you asked?
Yes, that's exactly what we asked.
And was
If
his
he had
answer
planned.
just no, or did he give you a sentence?
He said currently no. Well, there are no plans currently to do anything to you.
It's just an evil frog.
Is that a no?
It's partially, it is partially, but yeah, no, it's like, I think you belong to them now. This is your new master.
She's far away from us.
I give the frog to Bubbles. Do with it as you please.
Blair's just sitting here in shambles, like, how can I not identify this? Like, how did we fall for
Yeah,
this?
the frog at this point has kind of like dropped it. He like flicks you all guys off and is like, "I'll see you all now."
No.
Trust me, that's not where I'm going, buddy. I'm the only person who's chosen correctly.
Your afterlife will be cold and lonely, much like your blood.
So yeah, Bubbles will take care of the evil frog. Out of character, yeah, it's just a frog that can talk.
Yep.
God.
It was never really a person.
We wasted.
I was very careful with all of the questions. Now, to be fair, I made this frog specifically an extremely good liar. Most people in the Zone of Truth, they will not be able to do that as well as this frog.
Good. What was the point of this frog?
Tadpole question, and then, but at the same time, someone else asked another question, and I just
I'm not asking.
Answer.
I'm asking the metatextual question of what was his point. What was the purpose of having a frog? Of the frog art.
I had a great time.
There's no frog purpose.
If you guys, honestly, the fact that you guys brought it to Bubbles and was able to figure it out meant that it was going to try and break out. It just never got the opportunity to. I was going to have it do it during downtime if you guys didn't do it. I was going to make a roll, and then the frog was going to break out, and then you were going to need to hunt it down because then it became obvious that it might try and break the witch out.
Now the frog.
So basically, you succeeded before it became an issue.
That would have been a disaster.
Hey, God. Check on the... Hello? Hey, real quick, check on the recording. I got disconnected. I'm worried about the Wi-Fi icon.
Well,
I think so. Okay.
We're good. I'm good.
Allegedly.
I haven't lost anybody. There's been a few
Or maybe
cutouts
not.
here and
Hello?
there. Hello?
Alright.
Okay.
I can hear you all.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Oh, dude, that was so close. This fucking.
Also, another thing that was well, I mean, I actually expected you guys to make the save when he was trying to escape and then just kill him. That's what I thought was going to happen. But it would have been really funny if you guys failed the save and then you had to go around and figure out which frog it was. There was a lot of things I could have done with that. And the reason why there was the frog to begin with is because there was a chart that I found, and it was I'm assuming a homebrew thing, but maybe it was even in the book. I don't know. But it says actually no, yeah, no, it's a homebrew thing, and it's a random generated stuff that you find on a sea hag, because it was a sea hag. And I was going through, and one of the options was talking crab, and then claims the hag cursed them and begs for help. I just changed it to a frog.
One last meta question, I guess, if you allow it. Was it just like out of the book sea hag?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we could have taken out Sarah with an H so easily.
How?
Sea hags are fucking pathetic stat-wise. They got like 10 HP.
Right? So no. So they
do have an ability that can, one-shot people.
Yeah.
But that's really all that.
But the DC's low.
The DC's
and we
very
gotta
low. And
yeah, no, they got like 50 HP. The thing is that they have kind of a low AC. But you're right that the zombies were more of a danger. The thing is that she would have been trying to do that ability on, which if one of you had failed, would have done a lot of damage. A lot of damage, I mean, taking you from wherever you were to 0.
Yeah, and like with the zombies, it would have been a disaster. It was really bad. That being said, I kind of just expected Sarah to get out anyways, and then free Miles, which is what I was very worried about. But thankfully,
if you failed to catch the frog, and the frog somehow got the sea hag out, and then you failed to hunt down the sea hag, maybe that would have happened, but I don't think I think you guys would have been able to solve any of those way before it reached that point.
Tom has now thus proved the spell Zone of Truth is absolutely worthless. No. I'm kidding.
The spell, the truth is very good. You just have to be very careful listening to the answers, and on top of that, it also depends on the character. Like I made this frog. Like the frog had an 8 to bluff. It was the only thing it could do was lie. Before all of this, I was like, if one of them like puts it in their mouth or tries to kiss it, it's gonna do a ton of poison damage.
Frogs.
I did have that actually planned out, that it was a poisoned frog.
God.
I just thought she was immune. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. Frogs before born about 2 years ago only eat hot chip and lie.
I hope you guys liked the frog mini story.
That was good.
Also, I want to come clean. I was the reason why the tadpole question got interrupted. That was my bad. I absolutely interrupted with another question.
I thought it might loop back and ask Event, were you a tadpole? But then again, like here, we're in there. It's like, oh well, what did he say when we asked him that question? And then it's like, he never answered that question. That's a huge red flag. And see, that's the real benefit of Zone of Truth, is that you ask the questions, you still gotta trap them. It's not a free win.
Zero escape shit right here. It's like we think we exhausted all the possibilities, but we realize we missed the one thing that they never actually answered, and that's the answer to everything in the game of life. That's just wild.
I really liked your guys' questions. There was a couple of them that I was like, oh man, they're gonna find out this frog isn't good.
Oh my god.
Is the frog good? No, honestly, we have a character named Sarah. There's a frog. I feel like this is an attack towards the person we know.
This is a Sarah with an H.
I'm going when this episode airs, I'm going to send it to them.
I should have seen it coming too when the frog did a hilarious amount of poison damage to me. It was Sarah with an H and all of her zombies is MO at that point. It's like, man, this is like a sleeper agent. Like, if anyone tries to manhandle this frog, they just get one shot.
Oh no, touching the frog was fine. You had to put your mouth up to it.
God damn it! I was like, oh, I might get the poison status effect. I mean, it's not gonna be that bad. And it does like literally like almost my entire 85% of my health. Well, I have 5 health left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You read us like a book, or at least you read me like a book. I don't know.
I figured someone would do it. I was funny enough, actually. I had originally planned that because you guys asked the question. Oh, do you have any ideas? He was gonna suggest kissing him to turn him back. You just did it way quicker.
Easy, I've got this case solved. Kiss the frog. Nothing happens. That's pretty weird.
So let's talk about downtime. Let me do the roll for downtime. So, I mean, obviously, you can't know exactly like when something's next going to happen, but you're definitely gonna have over a week, so probably at minimum 10 days. So, what are you thinking about doing for the next 10 days? And then, if you go further, if we go further than that, we'll ask, do you continue to do the same thing, or do you do something else?
Well, don't
Okay.
solve the whole subplot of like the stuff going on with Viscosity trying to nominate himself a second time.
Yes. So right now, there's not very much anything going on to respond to. So if you wanted to spend your downtime looking in to maybe creating something, I would create bonuses or possible other story things for you to get into, or you could simply wait for something to come out in the news.
Because we were trying to see if there would be anyone we could.
Like, if you want to spend your downtime like doing research on Nevermire to find out, like maybe like the best way to approach it, you can. Or if you have some sort of idea of what to do, you can say, "Oh, I've got this idea," and then you can use your downtime to begin setting it up. That's also more than allowed.
When we were talking to Miles, that I thought that like we would have to like fully like not like necessarily cut ourselves off, but like betray quote unquote Bubbles. In order to like not have her on the throne. But after that conversation we had on the phone with her, it seems like we could just get her to endorse another candidate, and then we can still absolutely work with her even if we don't even want her on the throne because she doesn't care. Right? That's what I was.
She was lying.
What?
Unless she was lying.
Wait, was she lying?
I don't know.
What? She said that she was fine with us endorsing any candidate, including Miles.
Yeah, I agree. That is what she said.
Why did you say that?
Because we don't know if Bubbles is lying. And
Bubbles
Tom is a
is
heel.
kind of a liar.
So
That's why we're their friends. We're with the most politically cunning candidate. That's why we're friends with Bubbles.
politically cunning.
My machinations laid undetected for years.
Good.
Oh god. Well, regardless, having the backing of someone who's like seen at least was a god and has the powers and strength.
Well, Bubbles was never a god.
Oh, never mind then. I mean, they have godlike strength at the very least.
They did have a godlike sword.
That too. So it's like
They have technically helped kill a god.
she could just like they said that she could just literally take the throne by force. So having them as a backer to then use to back whatever candidate we actually want to win. I mean, at least
it's also important to remember that it seems as if Bubbles has been significantly weakened.
I mean, this is true.
Although it seems like what most people are saying, Bubbles is also spending most of the days like resting.
We don't know why this is the case, and it's probably worth looking into. Actually,
You can spend your downtime doing that if you want to.
I actually would. The two things I kind of wanted to do is, one, off mic, just buy myself new armor. So I wanted to get some decent stuff that I didn't want to waste too much time on.
Is it just buying normal armor, or did you want magic armor?
If I could get like a +1, that'd be cool. But if it's, because I was thinking about getting a breastplate. If the strength requirement allows. But yeah, no, this was just so that my boy here can not get hit so often. But yeah, no, if that's outside the price range, then
Yeah, I'm looking up while you're doing that though. What are you gonna be doing?
I wanted to, I just really wanted to know what see if I can help cure Bubbles of what ails them. So I go to Bubbles. I'm sorry, what, son?
Roll me, sorry, no, I just stopped speaking. All right, I'm gonna roll me a medical check, an arcana check, and a nature check.
Oh lordy.
And this will be stuff that you're going to be doing over the course of the 10 days.
Do we ever get inspiration for anything?
I don't usually use it, but I'm not like necessarily against giving it out.
It would just have to be for something like truly insane.
Yeah, I'm not going to give out a lot of them, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So first up, medicine.
Shit.
24. All right. Next up, arcana. Boy, I wish I would have had someone helping me. You said nature?
Yep.
I have a bit of a nature proficiency. Can I help out on that? Or
are you gonna be doing your own thing?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
16 on nature.
So you look into Bubbles' condition. It seems like in a lot of ways, their body is suffering some magical reverb. That they were using magic in ways that they probably shouldn't have done, and they're feeling the effects of it. You also notice that they're kind of like going through like a little bit of a growth spurt. They're like taller, so it's almost like they're also suffering from like not necessarily a second puberty, but their body is growing in ways when it really kind of should have stopped. And so she's already probably a couple inches taller than she was a couple years ago when she had no reason to do that.
Yeah.
With your magic, you can't really tell. With your Arcana check, you can't really tell if there's like an easy way to kind of solve the magical reverb problem. That you'd probably have to look more into in the future. But with your nature check, you think that there are probably some ways, and you you look into it. You go to the library, you research some stuff, and you present your findings to Bubbles and Charlemagne, and where you're like, hey, I think you should be doing kind of some of this stuff in order to
Question:
uh,
with the
get your body
medicine,
back.
with the
Hmm?
medicine check, and this is just a dumb fan theory, maybe, but I wanted to see. Does Bubbles look older? Cause
No, not like anything significant.
okay, but they not significantly, but they do.
Like no, like it doesn't seem like she's aging faster.
Now, I was just wondering, like, because I remember Bubbles was very short and stunted.
Hmm.
That maybe the magic reverb has sort of making those elf years catch up with them, especially with them being a hybrid and not living as long as
Yeah.
their originator race.
It doesn't seem as if she's going through like any kind of like accelerated aging or like aging catching up. Um, it's like literally she's just taller.
Okay, so you've definitely grown a few inches from last time.
She says, "Yeah, that's probably because I occasionally would turn into a giant and then back again."
When did you do that?
She says, "I could do it right now, although they tell me not to use my powers too much."
Yeah, no, I recommend a lot of rest if they haven't told you already. So
She kind of she takes like the samples and stuff that you've suggested with your nature check, and she's like, well, I mean, this stuff does seem to be helping a lot more than the previous stuff that I was using, so I definitely thank you for that.
yeah, no, it's going to help with the symptoms. I'm just trying to find at least a cure. So you know, stay in high hopes. We're going to get through this.
Hmm. And highs or lows?
Can we get much higher? So high, so high. You go high.
Uh, At the end of the 10 days, Charlemagne comes to you and says, "Oh yeah, this research is so much better than the doctors I've hired in the past." And he pays you 184 shiny out of thank you.
Thank you. Uh, I was not expecting a gift, but
He says, "Services rendered deserve to be paid."
they do.
Oh, that's right. You're a communist.
No, I just grew up somewhere where there was no
Yeah. No, I'm just messing with you.
currency, and that we believed in
Although
seizing the
we
means
did
of
have a thing
production.
of
Oh yeah, no, that's
yeah.
right. It is canon that he's a communist. He learned it from Cinna. Money didn't matter to
um,
him all that much, and then
yeah.
Cinna told him like, yeah, money may make the world go round, but it makes people into assholes. And then a lot of
So
seizing the means of production.
yeah.
So
So I'll figure out how much the armor will cost later.
alright.
And let you know. It's probably actually no, I do have it here. It's going to be 900.
Well, uh,
And
it's a
whatever
plus one.
armor you have, you
It's
can
the
sell for
leather.
the value in the book and subtract it.
All right, I'll find that out
Um,
later.
so Austin, what do you do during your at least 10 days of downtime?
Let's see. Well, what were the downtown sort of jobs we could do, or no?
It's whatever you want. This is what your character does. This is more role play than anything. Like, what does your character do on a day that they don't have an adventuring job? The last time I remember you were you were like teaching yourself how to sail modern boats. You feel far more confident with that now.
Yeah.
You can hire out your services. You can do research. You can you can go gamble at dinosaur races. It's just kind of like what is a normal day for your character look like?
Well, I'm gonna live that ship life by taking by basically, I guess, trying to financially support the group with shipping jobs. Let me see. Do I need to make a vehicle check to see how well I do?
Yeah.
Dex or what stat would this be?
Dex, intelligence, or wisdom.
Dex it is. 25. Tom?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm rolling it. Second. Oh no.
Oh, I got cheap.
So you've become pretty well known as a sailor in the kind of area, especially like in the area right around like Ormos. The shipping that kind of goes in there is it's a lot older in terms of the stuff because you can't actually like bring vessels down here because Ormos is so far down that a lot of the vessels are actually older and wooden. So you're actually, now that you understand how like modern sailings work, you're actually kind of able to kind of be like, oh, this is how we used to do stuff. This is lost art, but you're using a lot of the same stuff here. And you actually become pretty well known as a good sailor in Ormos, specifically. You do make 127 gold. I will say, with your role, you should have gotten a lot more. You do feel like a little bit like the service industry in this area is not well paid.
If only I had an easier way to make money, like crime.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to square up the crime. The crime got me killed.
You can't just quit crime cold turkey.
Watch me.
Is there anything else that you you do in like your downtime when you're not sailing? Like do you like practice your firearm? Do you do you go to the bars and flirt with the ladies? What does your character do?
I haven't been much of a ladies' man. Mostly because I've been isolated in the ocean.
Is it? Do not have a penis.
I don't know anymore.
I haven't checked, and honestly, I'm too afraid to.
It's fair.
Yeah, I'll go drinking with the lads.
Okay. So you're very much all about your work, but you'll occasionally go out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like watch.
Like
I probably don't like bet on the dinosaur races, but like I probably see them on like some sort of like magical scrying screen with the boys.
Yeah. Well, they run them through the city too.
Oh yeah, we haven't done dino racing yet.
Nope.
Well, I prefer machinery than actual mounts.
We've been paying too much attention. You know, after this next mission, guys, we gotta do the dino racing.
Cinna, what do you do?
All right, so the last mission, got me feeling a little inadequate. The fact that I couldn't like really move through the water really got me. The fact that I couldn't climb up on those tables really got me. So I want to spend some time just like trying to like mitigate my like weaknesses a little bit. So like I want to see if I can go down to the what was it called? Like the barracks or whatever again. See if I can like or if there's like a place where I can like do some like freeform climbing or something, try and like figure out if I can like reduce the penalty a little bit.
Mhm.
Why am I imagining a centaur on a rock
Yeah.
wall?
So all of that kind of stuff would be available. Like if you just wanted to practice like swimming and climbing, you'd be able to do all of that in Ormos as well. But you can
Mhm.
also go to Tokakino. They would take you in. They would be, but in terms of like, are you going to be like trying to like look for an instructor? Or are you just kind of doing it yourself? Like, are you like being like, oh, I'm gonna self-impose, do my own thing, or are you gonna be looking for for a person to teach you?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna look for an instructor because like it's better to like
Mhm.
know where my form is wrong in order to like improve quickly, right? So like I want to see if
Roll
like someone
me,
can like help me figure stuff out.
roll me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. 15.
Back to the list.
Let's go lows for once.
So, at one point, you're going around, you're training, you're trying to find a a person that can help you, and you run into. Give me a second here. At one point, you run into Barbados.
Okay.
Oh,
While you're in there, he comes in. He says, "Oh, hey, I heard you were here training, and I thought I'd come by." And he sees that you've got equipment up for like swimming and for climbing, and he says, "Well, I think it's pretty obvious you're trying to get a little bit more attuned to the terrain."
Yeah, that last mission that we went on, even though it was a success, it was like we barely got through by the skin of our teeth, and I feel like I wasn't doing my job as like the one being up in front, like taking hits, like running around. So I feel like I need to do at least this much in order to like get back in a position where I can help those guys.
Mm-hmm. So he says, well, I'll tell you what, we do perimeter work, same kind of stuff that we've had you do before, where you guys saved that boat, we do, um, runs all the time, like, working out here, that's gonna, you know, it sounds like what you need is like some real life experience out in the water. If you want to come out on a couple of our patrols, maybe we can help you get your sea legs.
Yeah, that sounds great actually. Like I've been trying what I can here, but like having that experience, like being in the thick of it, I feel like they could really help out.
Okay, so during your remaining days, this happens fairly quickly. As you're getting started, you start doing runs with the with the border security. Most of the time, like you just a lot of it's uh, normal stuff. You go out, on a boat. Sometimes you go out. They actually put you sometimes on the back of like a big fish for you to go through, and you definitely start to feel like you get a little bit better with the water. And so I don't have. We'll talk more in depth what this does for you mechanically, but
Okay.
you do get paid for your time. You get paid since it's mostly like grunt work. It's not as well paid as the other ones, but you will get 38 shiny.
Okay, nice.
You occasionally like you see boats, you check people's papers, you go from one to the other. Sometimes you help people, but for the most part, it's pretty monotonous. But it is definitely physically difficult, and given the fact that you are a horse, it makes things a lot harder for you. So you're actually getting a lot more training out of it than the average soldier who's at this point like a fish person. It's not that big of a
Mhm.
deal for them. So I think last is Steven, right?
Yes.
What do you do during your downtime?
I would like to look into the possibility, or the possibilities of actual people that could be nominated in Nevermire, to see if there's some other person who would be fit for the job, who would actually be a good candidate.
All right. Roll me either an investigation or insight check.
All right, I'll do inside because investigation is -1. Can I investigate? Oh, lows like that roll.
Hello?
Hello?
So
Can
you
hear me?
go through,
got quiet.
and you
Got
start
quiet.
studying about the history of Nevermire, and you start looking for somebody like currently, like you go through like the news articles, who you think looks like a good person, um, and it seems like Nevermire politics are they are run by a count, which is considered that's the more normal thing. Um, but they are like their relationship with the deep is very almost to the point of being subjugated at this point. In terms of they mine things, but they need the furnaces that the deep has to really manufacture them. So they're so reliant on the deep that in a lot of ways the deep can exert political influence on them.
Wait, what's the deep again? I'm sorry.
That's where viscosity is from.
Okay.
So you would know that it's not so much finding a replacement candidate. It's going to be breaking like getting the count of Nevermire to simply select someone or anyone other than viscosity, and that would be or more than likely they'll probably have somebody who will be nominated and then say, oh, I support viscosity, or they'll just nominate him directly themselves. If they nominate him directly themselves, they would know that would be the worst case scenario. Nominating someone else means that you can get them to switch. Once they're nominated, they're nominated. So you could wait to find out who they're going to nominate, but you need to get probably some leverage on the count in order to be successful. And unfortunately, with your roles, you weren't able to get as much information out of it. But I will say, since you were doing you are like looking into the politics and of Nevermire trying to find stuff. That puts you kind of in the good position to be also monitoring the Vcoin because Nevermire actually owns a lot of Vcoin because the Deepest started paying them in it.
So speaking of, I have been also checking the price of Vcoin every day.
Yes. So
can I see
roll me I guess roll me either a not exactly for what roll me either a survival check or an investigation check.
survival? Yeah.
So you're able to net trade up with your limited funds 26 Vcoin. The price of Vcoin at the end of the day, at the end of the 10-day, that's when you have it. And you can say that you want all these just in gold coins right now, or that you want to keep them in Vcoin. So right now, a Vcoin is worth 2.1 shiny.
What's the max multiplier for them again?
21's really high.
God, but like how big can it go? I thought it was 20. I thought it was 2.
Huh?
Yeah, how high can it go though? I thought the highest was.
Yeah. So I roll a d20 to determine what it is, and then there's a modifier added onto it. So it rolled high, and there's a modifier.
Okay. So that means
this is actually the highest it's ever been.
I know, it's crazy. I know.
So maybe it's going to keep going up because there is actually a way. If I roll a certain number, it restarts it and makes it higher. So it theoretically could go higher.
So here's the thing, right? I was hoping that you would say that you rolled for the Vcoin value 10 times and I could just buy it. I was hoping that it would be like one of the.
No. Theoretically, basically, that's what we did. I just did it all in one roll because otherwise, it'd be number one, that would take too long.
Yeah.
Number two, depending on how it was done, it would either be very easy to get a lot of money or almost impossible. You have 26 Vcoin, which is equal to here. Let's
that would be 54, right? Well, 21% would be.
No. It's 2.1. So yes, it's the equivalent of 54.6 shiny.
Can we round that up? I don't know if we can do decimals in the GP.
No. So what it would be is in order to get an exact trade, you'd be left with some Vcoin.
Oh.
So basically, you could have it be that you basically you'd have to take the loss is basically what I'm saying if you wanted to transfer it.
There's a 0.6 I would lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
But you could also keep 6 Vcoin, which would be minus 12.6. So you could have 42 shiny and then 6 Vcoin. And then you wouldn't take any loss.
I'll do that. That's fine.
All right. So you have 6 Vcoin. Can't wait to roll a 1 for the next time.
Right? I can't wait either. It's gonna be amazing.
So how are you guys feeling? I do have a couple of shorter side missions that we could theoretically do. Most of them I kind of plan for them to be about an hour is worth of material. This also it would be like a good point to break for the night, depending on how you guys.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm
Yep.
not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
No. This is we played for about 3 hours. That's what I was looking for. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff still planned, a couple of side missions, and the next stuff with Nevermire as well. So yeah, that's what I've got. I'll message or remind me for the stuff that I said that I would get back to you, like about I guess the armor we resolved, but for Cinna's character, we'll need to go over the stuff for that because we talked about the movement stuff with that in the past as well.
Yeah.
I also need to ask you some questions about a specific feat. Yeah, me being able to use shields as well, but I can do that after the break.
Yeah. And then next time I'll also include a character sheet for
Hazel,
who is going to have it's going to go down the what's it called? The spellcaster route.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll be the one who's like designing and taking care of the character sheet. But in game, you guys will still be able to control them as players if you wanted to.
All right, cool.
All right,
So
plug.
it'll have a couple of spells by that point. Most of it is going to be I'm going to flavor it to the fact that he's a dragon. So
nice.
But yeah, no plug. Let's
Yep.
and a plug.
What's everybody's plugs?
Hey, it's
Are they all
Boosh
3-pronged or 2-pronged?
It's Boosh/Connar/ your friend. Join the Discord. I played Lunu. Passing it over to Austin.
Hey, it's me, Austin. I'm sleepy, tired. You can find me at Octopus at Twitter. I think it's still there.
Oh no, the bomb's about to go off. Hurry, pass it. You gotta pass it.
It's the sir.
Hi, I'm Tasura. I played Cinna. I exist. Let's go, Steven.
Hi, Steven. I played Blair Audina. You can find me on 79 on Twitter. You can find me at Venty.
Hurry, pass it to Tom.
I have Pokemon Draft League content coming very soon. Draft League season starting up. It's gonna be hype as fuck. It's always really fun. I'm passing it on to Tom. Tom, take it quick.
Oh, guys, it's no, actually we didn't have to worry, guys. It's not gonna go off. Tom, you can take your time doing your plug.
Fuck you.
Hello, my name is Poe. Hi, you thought I was Tom. I've actually got a magic item for all of you all.
Oh shit.
I've got these 2 coconuts, and if you click them together, it allows you to move at the speed of a horse.
Nice.
Assuming you already had that, they're just normal coconuts. I just don't know. I really like coconuts. I have so many of them around. Please take them.
All right. On that note, good night, everybody. Links in the description. Also, wait. Order of business before I go, or turn off the recording. First, by the time we have recorded this, first episode is up, so that horribly dates this episode.
Updating episodes.
Yeah. So I'll be I've actually uploaded a lot of the episodes. I'm not doing a lot of work editing them really at all. So, once I get them, stream, all uploaded, and we've managed to catch up to it, I might try, actually live streaming it. But for now, yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh my God, what's that?